You are now entering Video Village,
where Yesterly started the killage,
as who deigned to settle.
but Jeremy Kettle.
So before hell we meet, let us pillage.
Coming up,
We review Sentimental Value,
J. Kelly,
Chain Reactions,
Zootropolis 2,
Jafaican,
It, Welcome to Derry,
Sisu, Road to Revenge,
Man vs. Baby,
The Running Man.
and Wake Up Dead Man.
We're going to go against the grain with Sam's Lexicentre.
Wait a minute. This is very much in the direction of the grain.
Hit it!
It's time. Sam. Lexicentre. Definition. Placenta.
Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. It's having an attractive voice, typically as it would pertain to radio and podcast personalities.
Okay.
Orogenic.
Okay.
Yeah, the sound equivalent of photogenic.
Yes.
Or
Yeah, there's Super Giant, I think. Super Giant Games, the people that do like Hades and Hades 2. Those games are full of orogenic people.
Okay.
Like they sound...
Nice voices.
They sound hot, you know?
Oh, hot, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily mean that.
Oh, right, okay.
It's just someone that has a pleasant voice
Okay.
to listen to. Not someone that makes you think, oh yeah, they're hot.
Right, okay.
No.
But that's covered by it.
Yeah. Well, anyone that has a nice voice.
Okay.
Yeah. Orogenic. I think you've seen everything this episode, haven't you?
I believe so.
Okay.
Unless you've snuck anything in at the last minute.
I never do that.
He does it all the time.
Never. I've never done it. Literally never done it.
Okay.
Have I? Be honest.
No, you have.
I've never stuck anything without putting it on the spreadsheet.
No, what will happen
Yes.
is the episode will be like, right, we're reviewing like 7 things.
Yes.
And then the day of the podcast, 3 more things will appear.
But they do appear.
Yeah, but...
Thank you.
It counts as sneaking.
We're going to start with Sentimental Value.
Okay.
And you can explain what it's about.
I would rather not.
Why? Why would you
Because
rather not?
I don't... Well, I think I know, but also...
You think you know what it's about?
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything to contribute.
It's not
here.
Inception. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Well, okay, it's a Norwegian drama film.
Yeah.
From, I think it's Joachim Trier.
Right.
Joachim Trier.
I am keen.
Joachim.
Okay.
Joachim, I am Kim, we all Kim. Known for his Oslo trilogy. This reunites him with Renate Reinsve. There's a lot of names that are going to be difficult for this review.
Hence why I didn't want to... why I didn't want to do it.
I've had to spell them out phonetically for myself.
Okay. I know Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah.
I don't know Elle Fanning.
Yeah, they're the normal ones.
Yeah.
Renate Reinsve from The Worst Person in the World, which is a big international success from a few years ago. It's about a filmmaker, a director, an old director, played by Stellan Skarsgård, who wants to make a film that's very autobiographical, and he wants his daughter, from whom he is estranged, to be the star of this film. But instead, he ends up with Elle Fanning, who's a big, high-profile American actress, as he kind of tries to reconcile with his daughter and make a film. That's basically what it's about, right?
Okay.
The headline's the cast, the core 4 of Reinsve, Stellan Skarsgård, Elle Fanning, and Inga Ibsdottir Lilleash.
Right.
The latter of whom was the real discovery of the film. It wouldn't be unreasonable to expect Oscar nominations for all of them, I think. Most notably, it would be Skarsgård's first Oscar nomination.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's kind of the big story around it, because it's almost certainly a guarantee. The role, even he might win, and the role does feel like a crown on his career in a way, so it would be apt. The performances are flawlessly natural and lived in. You truly believe this is a family, fractured though it may be. It has that manner of maturity and realism that characterises a strain of European cinema, Scandinavian in particular, which isn't a euphemism for artsy and boring. It is certainly awardsy. The film is in large part concerned with film, and voters love that. But to call it bait would be deeply unfair. It's not for everyone. This is for your sophisticated viewer. Not because it's obtuse, but because it's measured, and much of it is interior, right?
Okay.
While displaying some visual flair. It's about art and families and relationships and memory and generational trauma. If I were to nitpick, I would say it's a smidge too diffuse. There are one or two elements that don't fully cohere for me. But it's a tender, good-hearted film that deserves plaudits above all for its ensemble. And I'm not going to contrive more than what I organically had to say about it, just because it's a big awards contender and it's being talked about a lot at the moment. It's a very good drama, and that's sort of all I have to say.
Okay. I didn't think this is how I would find out that I wasn't sophisticated, but...
I didn't say...
Well, you said that...
I didn't say if you didn't like it, you were unsophisticated.
No, you said it was 4.
It's for sophisticated... Yeah, it's not a film I'd recommend to your average punter, your average cinema goer, right?
This isn't how I expected to find out that I was the average punter, but...
Okay, all right.
I suppose
you
I had to
didn't
find
like it
out.
then, in other words.
I didn't really... I didn't connect with it, but I don't
It's not your
attribute
kind of
that
film.
to the film.
It's not your kind of film. It's not.
This is kind of why I
It
didn't...
always sounds like a put down, but it's not. You want a straight up dramas typically aren't for you. You're
Yeah.
not a straight up drama guy.
Well, this is kind of why I didn't really want to talk about it despite having seen it, is
Right.
because I don't feel like I've got anything to add to the conversation
Right.
beyond superficial notes.
Yeah,
I agree with you in terms of the performances.
Yeah.
I agree with you in terms of how natural it all looks and
Yes.
feels. I also agree with you about it being a bit too diffuse. There were times where it kind of felt
Yeah.
like... Not that it was wandering off,
Yeah.
but...
No,
It was hard to know, like, oh, are we in the B story now, or are we kind of like...
not wandering off, but it's like you didn't need to do that for this film. Like
Yeah.
it could have been a little bit tighter in certain places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it because it's a pretty straight up drama.
Yeah.
But I think the performances are really good, and that's the story. It's the performances in the film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna win any awards for me.
Okay.
Other than the ensemble, I thought the ensemble's very good. But yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, I guess so,
It
yeah.
felt worth talking about because of how high profile it's been in the award season.
Okay.
But I don't think there's a whole lot to say about it.
No, I certainly don't have a lot to say.
Okay.
about it, yeah.
Jay Kelly. Do you want to explain the premise for this
I'll
one?
give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Famous actor George Clooney plays famous actor George Clooney.
Jay Kelly.
JK, he's called Jay Kelly.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
You keep jumping ahead. Whenever I go on script with stuff, you always jump ahead and ruin it.
Well, it's not normal. So I'm not used to it. So
Right,
I'm
okay.
just kind of improvising with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't.
I'll stop. Okay.
Actually, no, don't.
Yeah.
Because if you leave me alone, I'll flounder.
I'll try and intuit what I'm supposed to do.
Right, okay. So yeah, he plays an actor called Jay Kelly, who,
Yeah.
after finishing his latest film, he's reunited with an old friend who is still bitter about Jay Kelly's success because it should have been him.
Yes.
It's like one of those kind of
Yeah,
dynamics.
they went in for an audition together.
Yeah, which Jay Kelly was not supposed to be at.
No.
The guy, his friend, didn't do very well.
Yeah.
So Jay Kelly was like, oh, can I have a go?
Right.
And he got the part, and the rest is history.
By stealing his idea in the audition.
Yes, yeah,
process.
exactly. Yeah, he changed some dialogue that his friend suggested.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And the guy's like, oh, no, it's a great idea.
Right.
The director. So, yeah, he's not happy about it.
He's not.
It ends in a bit of a violent altercation.
Mm-hmm.
And in the wake of that, Jay Kelly uproots his life and the life of his entourage
Mm-hmm.
to catch up with his daughter on her trip across Europe while lamenting the life that he has lived and wondering, who is Jay Kelly
Sure.
when Jay Kelly is just being himself?
Why is this the film that you've done this for? I'm curious.
I might have done it for other ones. I don't know.
No, it's I'm not criticizing. It's just
Okay.
curious that you always feel your way through the premise.
Yeah.
You wrote that one out.
Yeah,
So
because
what's
it doesn't always work.
Okay. Well, yeah, to be fair, it's not a film with a strong narrative.
That was part of it as
Yeah,
well. It's
yeah,
like, right,
it's-
well, it's just kind of George Clooney thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
So I have to try and find the plot.
it's
in
a
it somewhere.
guy
Yeah.
film, not like a lad movie. It's
Yeah.
a guy just being a guy
Yeah.
movie. Well, Clooney hasn't been involved in a good film since 2016,
Okay.
which was Hail Caesar.
Is that still the case?
No. Well, I thought he was kind of done,
Okay.
right? Honestly, so playing a major movie star that's past his prime suits him well,
Okay.
I think. And he acquits himself admirably. I thought he was decent
Yeah.
as Jake.
Well, this is Noah Baumbach,
It's a
right?
Noah Baumbach type film as well, which
Yeah.
is appropriate. It deals with midlife crises, middle class ennui, or rich guy ennui in this case, therapy, broken families, all the Baumbach staples.
Yeah.
Characters reflect upon their lives and talk about them and their feelings in ways that real people don't, in ways more befitting the stage a lot of the time. But then maybe this circle of people does talk that way, you know?
Yeah.
The cast, stacked with familiar faces, is strong, notably Adam Sandler, I would say, in quality mode.
Yeah, I would say that, like, he doesn't stand out, does he?
No.
In the cast, but like in a good way.
I'm not saying he's the strongest, but he is the story.
Yeah. Well, usually when we see Adam Sandler being good, it's when Adam Sandler is the center of attention.
Yeah, the star.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice seeing that he can also adequately play second fiddle to someone.
Right, and he's done it in like the Meyerowitz stories. He's been in a Baumbach ensemble before. Yeah, it suits him.
Yeah.
The strongest through line of the film for me was the relationship between him and Clooney, the manager and the star, and the asymmetrical relationship therewith. Billy Crudup was the standout for me in the cast in a relatively small but significant role. He plays the friend.
Yes.
Bizarrely, Lenny Henry also pops up.
When did Lenny Henry pop up?
He's his teacher.
Oh, was that Lenny Henry?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Wielding an American accent in a serious role.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very surprising.
Interesting.
I'm not a rich people can't have problems guy, but there is a little bit of a remove for most of the runtime.
I think that's kind of the big problem with the film is why does this matter?
What's his problem?
Yeah.
Well, this is characteristic of Baumbach films. He has matured as his success has grown, but if you go back to something like Mistress America or Greenberg, the populations of those films do exist in a rarefied, hard to connect with atmosphere. Marriage Story marked a bit of a turn. It was like, I can relate to this more easily than, his earlier stuff. George Clooney is not someone I strongly associate with my youth, even though he's always been around, Yet it's still somewhat destabilizing to watch a film that, to an extent, feels like a final word on him, I hope this marks a resurgence as opposed to something prophetic.
Okay.
There's a sweetness that does gradually grab hold of you as it enters the final act, and I did get choked up at the ending, which is the perfect ending for the film.
Yeah, in terms of like the writing, I think that the dialogue has a very pleasant rhythm to it. I don't know if that's typical of Noah Baumbach.
Yeah, he's good with his dialogue,
Yeah, there's definitely good dialogue throughout this. And I think starting the film with Jay Kelly asking to have another go upon finishing a take.
Right.
And then repurposing that dialogue at the end when he's staring teary-eyed down the barrel of the camera.
Can I do it all again?
Yeah, having just watched the montage of his career, his life effectively.
Yes, it's the perfect ending for this film.
It is the perfect ending, and it shows a real competence in the writing as a whole. But it didn't quite have that. There was something missing, right?
Well, here's the thing. If nothing, I probably won't remember the film except for the ending.
Okay.
Right? And it punctuates that scene with him watching a retrospective of his career that uses actual
I was going to say, how many films did you catch? I'm sure Michael Clayton's in
I
somewhere,
didn't, but as soon as I noticed they were doing the real thing, I was like, okay, we're actually just going to watch a Clooney highlights reel. That was uncalled for.
Okay.
Because, when it was real, I was like, oh no, don't do that. It reminded me of Cinema Paradiso and all those scenes throughout cinema where the silver screen has a transformative effect on someone in the audience. Yeah. It's always that shot, right? Like the Green Mile, looking up at the screen in wonder. It's an ending that makes you forget you weren't fully on board for the whole film. So I wasn't fully on board for the whole thing. But in this case, the destination was the point, not the journey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or to say that, it's a very good ending, and I'm going to remember that. But yes, it's not one of those great endings. It's not going to go in the Hall of Fame for great endings.
No, and it certainly doesn't justify watching the film to get there.
It doesn't.
Because that's the kind of the unfortunate thing is that this is a film of like great parts in terms of it's got good writing power, it's got good directing power, it's got good star power.
Yes.
But it is ultimately, I think, a film that is lesser than the sum of its parts.
It's a bit too vanilla,
I
think. A bit too beige, a bit too meandering. Yeah, it needed a stronger through line.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of not a hangout movie, but it's a slice of life movie. It's not narrative, a bit more control.
And I'm fine with I think in theory I'm fine with watching something that doesn't have a strong narrative if I know why I'm watching it.
Yeah, no. Same, obviously. They're great films that nothing happens, really, But no, this needed a bit more, it needed to be more tightly controlled, I think. He needed to rein in some of his impulses. But it is a very good ending.
Yeah. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Can't deny that.
And that's kind of it, I think.
Yeah. I guess not a recommendation, which is
not really.
Kind of a shame.
Not really.
But yeah, if you do end up watching it, there's good stuff in it.
Yeah, it's not a bad film.
Yeah.
Okay. Chain Reactions. Mm-hmm. What's this about?
Well, it's billed as a documentary. I think it shares more DNA with just like a YouTube video essay
than
a documentary.
Yeah.
It's 5 chapters.
Yeah.
And in each chapter, you've got someone who is kind of an
artist in some way.
Yeah, a known figure in
Yeah,
their field, talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and their relationship to it, the context in which...
their interpretations of
analyses.
It. Yeah.
The context of the time in which it came out, what context it gave to the time it came out and the times that came after. Yeah, basically just like 5 people talking about how much they love and how important they think the film is.
Yeah.
And strewn in there's so many references to other films, clips from other films, where they kind of use to illustrate their points.
Oh, it's thorough.
Yeah. So in that way, I would say that it's a very well put together video essay, more so than a documentary, because it's essentially like an hour and 40-minute review, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not exploring a subject necessarily. It's listening to people analyze the subject. Yeah. Obviously, you're not going to watch this if you're not interested, right?
Yeah, there really isn't anything for you. Actually, do you think this could function as a good, like... Could someone watch it? Do you think someone could watch this and to decide whether they're going to watch the film or not? No.
You got to watch the film first, I think.
Okay.
If nothing else, it's spoiled. I mean, it's been 55 years.
Yes.
So has it been 51 years?
They talk about the 50th anniversary in the film.
51 years. Yeah, if you are interested, it's fascinating. If you're not, I don't know, because I am, right? The first of those artists, I suspect your bitter chagrin, Patton Oswalt.
Yes.
Who, regrettably for your worldview, speaks intelligently about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Twat.
They knew you wouldn't like that. He talks of the, quote, animal stupidity of the film.
Okay.
That the family aren't doing anything out of hate. They do it because that's what they are, right? And his fan theory about the sun radiating evil and bathing the world in madness, and we are just seeing like a pocket of it. That aligns with kind of my own vibe for the film. I don't think that's necessarily the case literally, but that final shot of Leatherface figuratively chainsawing the sun is compelling to support that theory, you know. Oswald also demonstrates his city literacy with reference to the act of seeing with one's own eyes, which is the mortuary documentary.
Yeah. Shall we give a warning because the film doesn't? I don't think.
No, it doesn't. It certainly doesn't give a content trigger warning.
Yeah. And I mean, we're generally of the opinion, I think, the trigger warnings are...
We don't like them.
We don't, we don't think... Because in some cases, like with Baby Reindeer, for example, it can prepare you for something that...
It spoils it.
By the art's own admission, you shouldn't be prepared for.
Right.
And it can lessen the impact of something. But I was not prepared for the fact that they were just going to show me an autopsy.
I debated telling you, because I've obviously watched that documentary. I was debating warning you. I was like, well, no, because I wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it's jarring. It hits you. It's jarring. I guess maybe
it's not just like... It's not autopsies as you see them in the films, where like the chest is kind of open. Or this guy's like face is like folded up, open. And you're like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah, no, it's hardcore. Yeah, it's gore, you know. And I guess maybe the thinking is, if you're watching a documentary about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you're probably up for it a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Isn't the whole thing of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is that it manages to achieve its power without gore? Famously
so. Equally, it's a hardcore horror fan film.
Yeah.
You know, you're into horror if you really like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, I don't know. Anyway, yes, I guess we are warning people.
Yeah.
Given the format, the interesting things about the documentary are what people have to say about the subject. And I don't want to parrot all of it. It kind of makes watching it pointless. But here's some of it. A few of them discuss the concept of Leatherface as a confused child, right? Acting out because these people just keep coming into his house. The only point of disagreement that I can remember is with Takashi Miike. And weirdly enough, I'd rewatched Audition like the day before I saw this documentary. Kitty. Who says that we identify with Leatherface's frustration at the end, right? That of all the characters, he's the most sympathetic. Not quite.
Wasn't there another person in the documentary who was Asian or of Asian descent?
Karen Kusama.
Yeah, that also said you feel a degree of sympathy for... So I don't know if that's just like a...
I think she's talking about that bit where he's pounding his head in frustration because, like, why do these people keep coming into my house?
Yeah.
I'm kind of with her there, but when he's like... The Japanese man. When he's like, oh, he's the most sympathetic, you feel his frustration. No, the final feelings, for me anyway, are characterised by some relief that Sally is getting away.
Yeah.
Admittedly gelded by her bloody unhinged screaming and laughing.
Yeah.
and the dreadful uncanniness of not being allowed to escape with her. You know,
Yes, yeah.
Why are we sticking with him? It's not like, oh, damn it, you could almost got her. You know, that was not my feeling.
Yeah. That was one of the good things that I actually like. Apologies if I'm derailing.
No, go ahead.
I think that they picked their 5 people well. Because you do
Yes.
get very varying perspectives.
You
on
do.
the
Like I
film.
said, a few of them touch on the same areas, but they do bring up wildly different points.
Yeah, because you start with Patton Oswalt. So
Yeah.
you've got the perspective of like a moron.
No, his perspective, yeah, because obviously he's a comedian. They show a little excerpt.
He's the
where
fan, right? He's not
Yeah.
like coming at it
He
from
has talked about it in his stand-up.
Yeah.
For that one little bit anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's basically a film fan.
Yeah.
Just talking about it.
Yeah, so he's coming at it just from a fan's perspective. Then
Yeah.
you have a Japanese horror director.
Yes.
Then you have a film
Who
critic
cites it as an influence.
who cites it as
Yeah,
an
yeah.
influence. Then you have... Was the film critic Australian?
Yes.
Yes, you have the Australian film critic.
Yeah.
You have Stephen King, so you have
Yeah.
a horror author.
A horror guy, yeah.
A horror guy, but in a different medium.
Yes.
And then at the end you have...
She is a filmmaker. She's a documentary filmmaker mostly.
Okay.
But she's also a film critic.
Okay,
It's
so kind of
film-
coming at it from a more academic
Yeah,
perspective.
she's the most kind of capital A academic about it.
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
But it's not just the varying expertise that these people have, it's the varying cultural context in which they hail
Right.
from. Like, this whole thing, like when Takashi Miike is talking about, like, in Japan when that film came out,
Yeah.
we just thought that's what Texas was like.
Yeah, it's awful, desolate hellscape.
Like, these people, they have no cultural context for what they're seeing.
Right.
So in a way, the film had more power for them.
Yeah.
And it also became an influence in... They show, like, an anime which, like, almost beat for beat
shot
is
for shot, yeah.
copying Texas Chainsaw. And then the woman from Australia saying that it was banned for the longest time because Australia bans everything.
Yeah, like us, they had the video nasty thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only official copy you could get was this incredibly...
Degraded.
degraded bootleg
Yeah.
copy. Which, she said, in a way, added to the power of that film.
Well, it made it yellow,
Yeah.
which later Prince didn't. But yeah, like she said, and she associates that with like the dust storms they would have and all these things. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Love
it
dust
made it feel, even though it was legal to watch it, it made it feel forbidden.
Right.
That it was so like imperfect.
I remember Mark Kermode,
copies.
whose favourite film was The Exorcist. He said, I had a relationship with that film before I saw it because it was this thing that like was forbidden. Was like everyone was talking about this thing that had come out that was terrifying. And like the word itself, like you didn't want to say it, it invoked something. I mean, that age is gone. That's over, right? But yeah, no, really interesting. Yeah, the dust clouds and the wildfires and all that sort of thing. Yeah, look, I'm a big fan of Texas Chainsaw, but I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge about how it was made and all that kind of thing. So many of the details that were discussed were new to me. Like, for instance, the name on the truck at the end being Black Maria, which was the name of Thomas Edison's, the first ever film company.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's got to be deliberate.
Yeah.
First film studio. The 2 female speakers, Alexandra Helen Nicholas and Karen Kusama, complain a bit about the patriarchy and how men gatekept the film. Whatever. It's like some of the analyses felt less on the money, but ultimately, obviously, it's all interpretive. It's amazing how so much can be gleaned from such a short, amateur, really, superficially basic film, right? It has a deceptive depth to it. I think Kusama gives it a bit too much, like the pure academia of it, in my opinion. But her appreciation is commendable. I like how much she has thought about it.
Yeah, of course.
Stephen King was probably the highlight for me. I don't know about you in terms of the speakers.
I don't know. I felt like I got a lot out of the Japanese director portion. But yeah, Stephen King.
Yeah.
In a way, it's almost like a nice reprieve because Stephen King is less interested in talking about the film specifically and more horror.
Right.
And the type of horror in which it traffics.
Yeah. I think it was a mistake not ending with him because it's Stephen King.
Yes.
Yeah. He talks of Bambi being the first horror film he ever saw.
Yes.
The anxiety that man was in the forest, And then they tie that, of course, to Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
He compares the film to Blood Meridian, big tick from me, and he provides a variation on his famous horror-terror distinction. That horror is easy, but terror requires artistry.
Yes.
He compares the experience of the film to The Blair Witch Project and The Evil Dead, and there is something about low-budget horror being more effective, unhomogenized, heterogenic, if you like. So once again, I'll take the opportunity to recommend Lake Mungo to our listeners.
Oh, yeah.
And King talks about his novel Rage, which I also read earlier this year. A lot of weird coincidences. And he manages to sneak in a dig about Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, yeah.
Picked up on that.
Yeah.
So Kubrick managed to make a really isolating, cold, alienating film. Yeah. King is sometimes looked down upon as a popcorn populist author, but he really does know his stuff, and this makes it clear that he does.
Yeah.
There's an excitement, to me anyway, in his claim, the accurate one, I would argue, that the best horror films are helmed by cinematic outlaws, right? Mavericks just following their impulses to violate good taste. Moral mavericks. Like, one of the speakers talks about how the Polaroids in the film evoke Rembrandt. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah.
And other painters. It reminded me of The Last House on the Left, how John Everett Milius's Ophelia inspired Mary's death scene in the lake. There is thought and intention. It's just that many of those 70s and 80s filmmakers didn't have the money or the infrastructure for optimal execution, pun intended.
Yeah.
So some of those films end up being morally murky, right? Even I Spit on Your Grave, widely considered one of the worst movies ever made, described by Roger Ebert as a vile bag of garbage,
right?
Is regarded by some feminists as a feminist fable. Right?
Oh, okay. Right.
Julie Bindel, famous feminist, who picketed the film when it came out, has since said that she was wrong, and it is a feminist film.
Okay.
So that's a really interesting case. As a movie fan and a horror fan, there was just a pleasure in seeing films like Come and See and The Changeling represented.
Lots of Nosferatu nods.
A lot of Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that creeped you out, didn't it?
Yeah, because there were a couple of moments. Because obviously, when they're showing you the clips, they're in a context in the sense that they're being evoked by the person speaking.
Yeah.
But you're just seeing the clip in the film, so it's not giving you the. So it was interesting seeing what creeped me out.
Yes, no,
like,
that
just
is
out of context.
There aren't jump scares per se, but there are kind of whatever your fear. Probably something in this film will showcase it.
There were two moments where I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like in a way that a horror film can make you uncomfortable. And there's one of them is a clip from Nosferatu.
Yeah,
where he's just poking his head up from below deck.
Yeah,
in the ship, and it's like at the edge of the frame.
Yeah, and
it's not moving the frame. It's just you see Nosferatu pop, and I'm like, no.
And time it provides that kind of remove. The fact it's old timey,
yes,
makes it creepier.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's moving the way that old films.
It's moving weird, and also like you lack even more context for it.
Yes,
so I really don't know what this is, where it might have been filmed.
Yeah,
like what? Yeah.
And I think the other one was not Simulacra.
It was Audition. Oh no, Skinamarink.
Skinamarink. Yeah. Where the camera is slowly tracing its way up a wall, and then there's just something on the wall that you can't make out because it's so grainy. It just like moves.
Skinamarink is a big modern horror fan film.
Okay.
Also very low budget. The guy just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like high on people's most terrifying movies.
Okay.
Movie lists.
Yeah, so it's nice to see that even though this is, I guess, an academic exercise more than anything, or just something to indulge in if you're a fan.
It's just interesting, yeah.
Yeah, but there were also... there were moments where it worked as a horror film.
It's creepy. Yeah. No, and like I said, featuring all those films, maybe trust in it, that it knew what it was doing, you know. There's a lot of horror clips. Yeah. And be prepared. Because it will touch on something you fear. Yeah. Also be prepared to make a list if you like film, because many of the extras will make you want to watch those films.
Yes.
It spoils some of them, like Audition, the whole, the beauty of that film, if you recommend it to someone, is not to say anything about it. Because you think it's a romantic comedy when it begins, and it really turns. I can't remember who said it, but I think the best takeaway for me was, it's not that the violence is beautiful. The poetry is not blinking.
Okay.
I go through periods where I watch genuine gore, right?
Yeah.
I've never probed too deeply into why. I guess because I know that the inclination's not coming from a rotten place in me. I know that. But this articulates it well. You watch so that you might travel through it. It's not finding violence purifying or thrilling. The virtue is in the enduring.
Okay.
Like this podcast. Anyway, I would submit that The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, for many reasons, is the greatest horror film of all time. And it's hard to imagine a better treatise on the subject than this documentary.
No, this documentary slots firmly into the camp of documentaries that totally justify their own existence.
Definitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, was it last episode or the episode before we talked about the Smashing Machine?
One of them, wasn't it?
One of them, certainly. And we both came out of that going, I don't really know why we needed to know about this guy, all things told.
Yes.
I came out of Chain Reactions thinking, yep, I know why this film had to be made and these perspectives need to be shared.
Right.
And that's kind of the best praise I could give it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Great little film.
Yeah.
For us, Zootropolis 2.
Yeah, you still have to... Shame, really, that you have to kind of
why?
make that distinction.
I don't even know why.
I think it's like a copyright thing. There might be something in the UK already that holds the Zootopia copyright, which is annoying. Although they do redub the film. So they do say Zootropolis in the film, which is...
Yeah. I Googled why.
Yeah.
I must have done it before. No one really seems to know, but I Googled it, and obviously you get the fucking AI overview thing.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that it suggested was maybe because, like, for British viewers, Utopia is a more foreign concept.
Oh.
It's like, okay, I think AI is getting smart now.
Yeah.
Getting smart Alex. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But, no.
But yeah, that's kind of novel. Like, the days of them redubbing animated films is kind of over, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, in the noughties when, like, the British version of Cars...
Shrek 2? Oh, Cars.
Yeah, well, Shrek 2, they had Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
Cars, they had Jeremy Clarkson.
Right.
Who wasn't in the American dub.
Yeah.
That's done now. It's all kind of homogenized and universal.
Well, there's no such thing as kind of national culture anymore, is there?
I suppose.
Yeah. It's monoculture.
Monoculture.
But perversely fractured beyond...
Fractured monoculture.
A fractured monoculture.
Yeah. Anyway, Zootropolis 2.
A fragmented hegemony. Zootropolis 2.
A fragmented hegemony. Yeah, so now that they are officially partners in the Zootropolis PD, Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde, they're keen to maintain the momentum from their previous case in the first film, where I think it was like a conspiracy. They were trying to sow discord between the predators and the prey that live in Zootropolis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're keen to keep that momentum going, but it's kind of doing more harm than good because they're getting in their own way, and it's affecting their ability to close cases and stuff like that. Yeah, and it even eventually ends with them going on the run because this snake is spotted in Zootropolis stealing like this precious journal, which is a big deal because reptiles they were exiled from Zootropolis years ago, and it was one of those things where I kind of. What?
Like Eden.
Yes. And it's one of those things where I kind of realised, oh yeah, I guess there weren't any reptiles in the first film.
Yeah.
And initially I didn't know, like, oh, was that deliberate?
Was that an oversight, or was that...
Yeah.
They're now contextualising. For some reason, it made me think of that moment in Breaking Bad, where they don't roll the barrel. And then in season 2 opener, Hank is watching footage, he goes, roll the barrel, it rolls.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. In the end, I just put it down to, well, mammals are easier to anthropomorphize, so maybe that's why they didn't bother with reptiles and snakes and all that. And it's just a happy accident that now they can actually build a plot around that. Yeah. Yeah, so our main characters are on the run while trying to uncover a new conspiracy as to why the reptiles are making their way back into the city. I'm leaving this one to you. Okay. Because I thought it was a good film. Okay. But I had like nothing to say about it. It's possible that it's because it was in the middle of some fevered watch, like to get through things for this podcast. Yeah. I don't think it's a reflection of the film at all. But yeah, I was sitting there watching it with my notepad open and just nothing was really coming to me. Okay. And I knew it's the kind of film that you would probably have things to say about, frankly. Well, I think it's a reflection of its competence, certainly, that you probably didn't have much to say. Oh yeah, no, it was certainly nothing stood out as being bad. No. It is hard to talk about a film that's good. Yeah. It's not like this was so good, there's nothing to say, other than... nothing really jumped out at me worth commenting on. Okay, well, I think it's a strong sequel. It is. I don't know if it's as good or better than the first one. To me, the first... I really liked the first one. Yeah. And I thought this was very good, Okay. Make of that what you will. Yeah, but this was a good sequel in the sense that it feels like they're delving deeper into that world that they've created. Like I said, they're exploring reptiles now, which is something that was omitted from the first film. But they're also kind of exploring more of like the geography of the city. Right. Because the Zootopia is divided up into, you've got Tundra Town, which is all snow. So that's where all the animals that live in the cold live. Yes. Then you've got like a desert sector where all the desert animals live. And, it's like Disneyland. Kind of like Disneyland, yeah. So it kind of revolves around like how those walls came to be and kind of the myth around them, the creation myth and everything. And how the reptiles tie into that. Me and my sister mainly, because I went to see it with my sister in the cinema, and she's just finished a biology degree, so the kind of running gag in the family now is that anything animal related, we always defer to her. Okay. And she was a little put out by the fact that the lynxes were the villains in this film. Okay. She was like, "That doesn't feel fair. I don't think it's fair that the lynxes end up being the villains this time."
Okay.
Because I think the film... I didn't see the trailer, but I'm assuming they make you think the snake's going to be the bad guy, and very quickly... It's voiced by Hee Kwan. It's not going to be the bad guy, you know?
No, of course, yeah. Unless, that's the big...
Yeah.
Was she more on board with snakes being the bad guy?
No,
I think everyone's on board with that.
Yeah, I think she was just a bit like, oh.
Okay, she likes lynxes.
Yeah, well, she likes cats. She likes big cats,
Yeah.
But then I saw another review from someone. I think I Hate Everything, or whatever he goes by now.
Did he hate it?
No, he liked it.
Well, he's a liar then, isn't he?
I think maybe that's why he doesn't go by I Hate Everything anymore. Maybe it's just IHE now.
Okay.
But he was like, why weren't the villains mongooses?
Right.
Because the whole thing with mongooses is that they fight and eat reptiles.
I often dislike it when someone says this.
Okay.
You might be thinking a bit too much about it.
I don't know. I think that's the one thing there is to know about mongooses is that they eat snakes.
Yeah. I mean, about as that applies to Zootopia too. Yeah.
But that's the thing, because Zootopia. It's one of those films where you can tell a lot of thought and design has gone into that world. True. Every single NPC, for lack of a better word in this, is an anthropomorphic animal.
Yeah.
The amount of characters and character design, character work that must have gone into this for crowds of people that you see for a split second.
Yeah.
And I know that...
Yeah, no, it's not copy and paste.
No. Real genuine effort went into this. And it's one of those worlds where it's just so rich.
It is it is.
It
is a world.
Yeah, they could easily just make... I think there's even sections of the city we haven't even visited yet. So I could easily see they'll just make 10 more of these.
And that's the thing, it's not like it's new. I mean, animals, it's a city but animals. I mean, that's been done.
It has been done.
But this is the best expression of it, I think.
Yeah, it feels like they've set out to make the definitive...
Yeah, it's a society, and this is how it works.
Animals are people.
It's the wire of anthropomorphic animals in cities. Yeah.
Well, it's funny as well that the way they've chosen to express that is basically detective stories.
Yeah, Chinatown. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, because it's another film, like I said, about uncovering a conspiracy.
Yeah.
What I really like about it as well is that Bad Guys 2 came out earlier this year, which is another animal-based franchise that I think we're broadly okay with. Don't love it, but see its merits.
Yeah. It's serviceable.
Yeah, but it feels like what they've chosen to do there... Because I think we pointed out in the review, it seems like a lot of the non-important characters are all human.
Right.
So it's not that they're putting less effort in, but they probably thought, it's not worth putting in that much effort, given the types of film that we're doing.
That's more just, it's a plot of a film where they're animals.
Yeah.
This is more, it's about an animal world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, again, in the review, I remember complimenting the animation of Bad Guys 2, because they do a really good job of doing fun things with the anatomy of animals.
Yes.
Like when the spider is sitting down in a job interview and she crosses her legs.
Right.
And when the snake is inside a spacesuit and it's actually moving around like it's in a spacesuit and it crosses its body to look like it's crossing its arms and stuff like that. And those are very big, bold, expressive movements that they're favouring. Whereas in Zootopia, it feels a lot more subtle.
Yeah.
It feels like they are trying to animate these animals as though they're people, while also taking advantage of what them being animals offers.
Yes.
There's little things like, there's a moment where they go to a gala and the rabbit, ties her ears up in a bun.
Right.
There's a moment where she goes to Nick Wilde's apartment and he's blocking the door with his tail so she can't see the mess that's in there.
Yes.
Little subtler movements like that, where it's that's a person, but also the fact it's an animal matters.
Yeah, and that things like him hiding that's got to be in the script. That's not we could utilize... No, that's key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that the first film did very well, so now that in the second film they can kind of keep it as a background detail, but it's still very much there, is dealing with the scale discrepancy.
Yeah.
You have entire districts which are only for mice, but then there's also a gym that's just for elephants, which is way bigger than all of the other
thing
buildings.
I always remember is the train in the first one.
Yeah, the train. Yeah, the way that they handle
different
that.
Compartments and
Yeah, and then when they go to a swamp, so it's all water-based animals there.
Yeah.
Although my sister did have a problem with that because one of them is an elephant seal.
Right.
And the big, what ends up being the big conspiracy, spoilers?
Sure.
is that the lynxes, they want to expand Tundra Town.
Yeah.
So they're planning to take over the swamp and to cover it with snow.
To drain the swamp.
To drain the swamp, yeah. To cover it with snow and ice to, so
Cover
that
it with white.
Cover it with white, whitewash the swamp.
Gentrifying the swamp.
Gentrifying the swamp. And one of the animals that lives in the swamp is an elephant seal. Mm-hmm. And my sister was like, well, they like the cold.
Yeah, I mean, I know that much.
Yeah.
Elephant seals don't belong in swamps.
No.
Elephant seals are Arctic, right?
Yeah. So they clearly put it there because it was a waterborne animal and it's goofy looking, so it made for good visual comedy. But like, it should be fine.
Yeah, no, that's how. Yeah, no, a seal is a big. Blah, blah. The sound of a swamp is, it's ticking and cricketing and like froggy and. It's not like that's not a swamp sound. That's the sound of being very cold.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the problem with animals, isn't it? It's like Ricky Gervais said. Like he felt his first ever stand-up special was animals, and he said he felt he was cheating because as soon as you anthropomorphize animals, it's funny
instantly. Yeah.
Instantly funny. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yes. Although I didn't like the beaver character. I found the beaver character rather annoying. I don't know if you agree.
You have to. Do you know what? I'm gonna rewatch Zootopia 2 because I don't feel like I gave it I didn't give it what it deserved.
No,
because I am quite a big fan of the first one.
Okay.
And at the moment, I guess it's favourite to win best animated feature.
Yeah, which I think I agree with.
I haven't seen like Little Amelie yet.
Okay.
There's always the foreign one. So we'll see. But yeah, the ones I've seen, certainly over K-pop, Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a couple we haven't seen, to be fair. But,
okay.
So far, I would say so.
Yeah. No, it's kind of it's a very competent Disney sequel.
Yeah, and the animation is great.
Yeah, the animation is top notch. It's among the best like animated animals.
Yeah.
In a film, I think.
Yeah.
I did think the snake was a little out of place.
Okay.
Maybe that's the point. But given that all of the other creatures in the film are designed to function like people.
Right.
Even the Danny Trejo lizard that they encounter, even that is moving like a person.
Yes.
But the snake, because it's so anatomically different, it looks like a snake.
Yeah, it's got a slither.
But it's nice that, like, for example, like the abilities of that specific snake matter to the plot.
Yes.
Which is good. Like, it's a heat sensing snake, and that becomes very vital to the unfolding conspiracy. And like it can't exist in Tundra Town because it's cold-blooded.
Yeah.
So it can't go into the cold. Right. And that becomes like a big threat in the finale. Until it's not anymore. I think they just give it a scarf and it's like fine.
Okay.
Which was a little disappointing. And there's
a scarf. But it doesn't warm my blood. It warms my neck.
And I will say I think there was probably one action scene too many. I think the action scene on the weather wall, where it's the desert on one side and the snow on the other, and like you think the snake's about to die, and like it's revealed, like the twist reveal happens with the Andy Samberg character.
Yeah.
Who I didn't guess. I spent most of the film going, who is that?
Right.
There's always one when you're watching an animated film, isn't there? And I think it must just be the fact that for Andy Samberg, that's such a normal character.
He reigned in the...
Yeah. So I didn't quite get that it was him.
This is Andrew Samberg.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. What's the bit where they're climbing a big cliff face?
That might be the scene on the weather wall.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, because I remember that being a highlight.
I think it's that one.
Maybe just the way it looked. I like the thing on the ground looking up at them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I liked that.
Or was that...
I don't remember being an action scene per se. It was more them just having to scale a wall.
Oh, there's the scene where they're like the mountain goats, and then they have to climb up to like a...
There's something at the bottom that notices them and just stands there looking at them climbing.
Yeah, maybe it's like when they're climbing up to like the love shack or whatever.
Yeah.
The cliff.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the good. Yeah. There's good moments in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the drama and the tension in the weather wall sequence was a very satisfying climax. Mm-hmm. So the fact that they then had another action sequence where they were chasing the lynx to like the old reptile village.
Pack it in, Frank, you silly bastard.
Yeah. There's a fucking Shining reference as well.
Yeah. They did Breaking Bad in the first one, didn't they?
They did, but I was like, oh, I had to lean over to my sister. I was like, are they doing The Shining?
Right.
And she was like, oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, okay. But yeah, I think that action scene was like one scene too many for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm broadly very positive. I like the film a lot. I think it's worth your time.
I'm gonna give it my time again.
Okay.
Jafaican.
This
Isn't.
probably not worth your time.
No. What's it about?
Oh no! Merry Christmas, Sam. You can take this.
No. I had to watch it twice.
You
okay?
did. So you've seen it.
You can take the. It's not a
More
hard
than me.
premise.
No.
Go on.
Peter
Please.
Andre
Yeah.
thinks he can be a Jamaican.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he's a down on his luck dude.
He's a Jack the Lad. He's a Gary Fattin Muppet or whatever.
Gary Loser. Buckle, I think.
Yeah, Gary Buckle.
Gary Buckle.
Yeah. Gaza.
Yeah. Gaza Buckle. Yeah, his nan
Doesn't have a buckle.
He doesn't have a buckle. He doesn't. Yeah, doesn't have a lot.
Talent.
He can't have a lot to end up in Jafaican, can he?
No.
But yeah, he's down on his luck. His nan is going to be kicked out of a nursing home because he doesn't have money to pay for it. So he pretends to be a Jamaican guy.
Someone comes up with an idea. A Rasta gentleman.
Yes.
Comes up with an idea for him. He resembles a Jamaican gang lord.
Yes.
Who's in prison.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make him be Jamaican.
Yeah.
Go over to Jamaica and claim an inheritance.
Yeah.
Before the guy gets out of prison.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
And he's doing it for his nan.
And he's doing it for his nan. It's
Yeah.
for me nan.
It's for your nan.
Well, okay. I wanted to. I must have seen the trailer just online. I wanted to watch this for the goal of Peter Andre doing blackface.
Yes.
It turns out that's the least of it.
Does he even do like
a little bit of tan? But
yeah,
like
he
not,
does the
he's
voice
not
and
black.
everything, but he doesn't black himself.
He's not
up for
black.
it.
That doesn't even really occur to you when you're watching, right? Like white chicks, like that's all that you're ever thinking about. That's not the case here. And like, it's not like this was rolled out as a wide release as part of the weekly canon of cinema, right? I did stumble across this and then double down and seek it out. So I am partly to blame. But
No, they still released it with the intention
know.
of people seeing it.
Yes, but
And it did play in a cinema somewhere.
It did, yeah, because they did a Q&A, a pre-recorded Q&A.
Yeah.
But this is an insulting hellish travesty. We got through about an hour, then we had to watch at 1.5 speed for the next half hour, didn't we? That is a bad sign. We very rarely do that.
Yeah.
We've done it like 3 times, maybe.
Yeah.
I never imagined...
It's a privilege usually reserved for a Zack Snyder movie. Yeah.
A snack Zyder. I never imagined Peter Andre would be a convincing thespian.
No.
But he is also gratingly unfunny. The script keeps adding new characters.
Yeah.
Like a certain local amateur YouTube series that we watch, many of whom serve identical functions.
Yes.
I really think the director just wanted to get his mates involved.
It's got that vibe.
It does.
Not just in terms of, like you said, the fact that characters keep appearing.
Yeah.
But just the this is a low budget. Very low budget. Yeah. It's clearly just filmed on a street.
Yeah.
No permission.
Right.
They just a guy with a camera. They're just getting shots.
Yeah.
Like there's no studio power behind this at all. It's kind of bizarre. Like how did I know Peter Andre isn't like what Peter Andre used to be.
Yeah.
But you'd think that someone that achieved that level of success at some point would never fall to this level again.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But then again, he became successful because he fell to that level. Like, so Peter Andre, it's 90s, it's a mysterious girl.
Yeah.
That's Peter Andre. Then it's nothing.
Yeah.
Then it's I'm a celebrity, get me out of here.
Yes.
Tabloid relationship with Katie Price. And then nothing again.
Yeah.
So, like, he became famous again for falling. You know what I mean? Like, to that low. Writer-director Freddie Nwaka, who also plays Blacker in the film.
Okay.
The story, such as it is, demands about 8 characters, conservatively 6. Okay? This has about 60.
Yeah.
Honestly, the screenplay is on a primary school level. The sophistication of the humour, sure, people are funny. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
The forced sentimentality out of nowhere as well. Both of which are complemented by the worst plinky-plonky, this is funny music, which occasionally swerves into the mawkish. That you're meant to take at face value. It's not kind of taking the piss out of itself.
Yeah.
I doubt it was composed for the film. Budget considerations, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Because, this is cheap. Misjudged shots that don't do what they're supposed to do. Otherwise, shots with bizarre compositions. Locations that clearly aren't what they're supposed to be. A shitty block of council flats, apparently the HQ of a gangster kingpin.
Yeah.
Where they play poker in a non-room. without chips and on a table that clearly isn't big enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's some forced perspective going on to make that table look bigger than it is.
It's typical sloppy, unprofessional filmmaking, except the sound is fine.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
The quality of the cinematography,
Yeah.
like, it's laughable to even use that word in relation to this film, but it would suggest something on the level of Piglet or Mouse of Horrors, where there is the sound is broken.
Yeah.
And the sound is not broken.
No, the dubbing is the only conspicuously bad.
Yeah, because Peter Andre plays two characters in this.
Yeah, he plays the actual guy as well. And when he goes full Rasta, his voice is dubbed.
Yeah, by a different guy.
Yeah.
It's not Peter Andre doing
a different guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell that it's dubbed.
Yes.
But other than that, the sound is
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It serves its purpose, I think. You know?
The Jamaican characters are subtitled arbitrarily.
I spent half the film going, I know what he just said.
And that's the thing, not just subbed, but translated a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a joke. Sometimes their speech is perfectly legible, yet nonetheless captioned. Sometimes it's just noise to our cracker brains.
Yeah.
And they don't bother. So it is totally random. The script features one of my pet peeves. The oafish friend says patio instead of patois. And that would be a misapprehension arrived at through reading.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like pate would make sense. He's misheard it as you wouldn't mistake patois for patio unless you were reading it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't know what was happening a lot of the time, culminating in a grand twist neither of us understood.
No.
There's a guy that did it all, apparently.
Yeah. Also, was it a banana?
Unclear.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. There were a few lines or line deliveries that stood out.
Yeah.
One of them, you didn't buy a chocolate, not even a Snickers. That stands out.
It was good because we were like, okay, so Snickers is the baseline. That's like...
Yeah. The Snickers is good,
else.
though. Like, I'd be pleased with the Snickers.
Okay.
Andre holding up a plantain and asking, is this a banana? Yeah, that was good. Reasonable in context, but it still makes him look like a retard. He asks an elderly Sikh to help him be Jamaican, joke, because he's brown, who responds with something garbled. And then Andre asks the man's relative what he said, and she just goes, whatever he said is correct.
The greatest response in human history?
Yeah, whatever he said, it's right.
Yeah.
And the refrain, it's for me nan, which should have been the title.
Yeah.
And disappointingly would sometimes be swapped out with gran. It's like, no, keep it to nan.
Yeah.
The film ends with a blooper reel that, if nothing else, confirms Andre wasn't embarrassed the whole time he was making this.
Yeah.
Post-credits were presented with a quote about love being a powerful thing, and as long as our hearts are still beating, it's never too late to change. A variation on which punctuates the actual drama in the film.
Right.
Ending on a bitter note of sincerity, like that was the point the whole time. The quote is attributed to Francis Nwaka, which makes me reticent to criticise it, because it's probably the director's dad or granddad that died.
Okay.
But I still will. It's stupid. Fuck you.
Right.
And after all that, there's a stinger that threatens a sequel.
Yeah.
How about don't? And that's Jafaican.
And you might think, like, oh, they're going to go back to Jamaica. No.
Yeah, no, it's
Peter Andre's mate.
Yeah.
In a sombrero.
Right, yeah. It's
being like,
Mexican or Spanish.
I got another job for you, SA, or whatever he's like.
Yeah, amigo or whatever.
So is this what the Jafaican franchise is going to be? It's just going to be them pretending to be various ethnicities.
Yeah, Spanish. Or, Folksican. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it didn't inspire a lot of anger.
Oh, didn't it? You were furious.
Was I?
Yeah, you were furious when the film was over.
Okay. Well, that it leads into what I was going to say anyway, which is it's without doubt one of the worst films of the year. Like, we've had a lot of bad films this year. Like, when we come to do our worst 10, we're lamenting what is going to get left out because it should be burned again.
Yeah.
This is in there. Like, hands down.
Yeah.
It'd
be it's going to be a really shit couple of weeks if it's not.
Yeah, exactly. There's only a couple of weeks left. It can't possibly be
kicked out at this point.
So yeah, that's Jafaican.
Well, I just really want to double emphasize just how awful that ending is.
The twist, you mean?
Yeah. Because it's the
the drama just stops.
It literally stops, and the guy goes, so anyway, this twist happened and everything got resolved and go away now. And you're like, whoa, what?
Yeah. And like, there's not even a villain or someone on the outside of it.
Yeah.
They're not. I don't know if they're fooling anybody.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's in on it.
Yeah, because the setup is they kidnap Peter Andre.
Yeah.
But it turns like
they find out he exists. That he's been trying to.
No. I'm like right at the end now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
I was given some context of why they kidnap him.
Oh, right.
And who kidnaps him.
Okay.
The gang lord comes out of prison and finds out what Andre's up to, so they find him and they kidnap him.
Yeah. So they've got him like in this house because there's also a goon of the gang lords,
Blacker.
Yeah. Who I guess betrayed him at some point because he's also tied up in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're tied up in this cabin, the two of them. But they don't show Peter Andre's face because the gang lords, it's still Peter Andre, but he's got like scars.
Yeah.
So you can tell them apart.
Yeah.
So obviously we were like, well, they're not showing the guy's face. It's obviously the gang lord. And so it's building up to this big dramatic thing. It's like, oh, are they going to kill the gang lord and not realize it? But then this voiceover starts and the guy's like, yeah, well, I mean, the gang lord was in on it anyway because he just wanted to live a quiet life.
It's literally like they ran out of film.
Yeah.
There's not even a thing like, building tension, and then, someone will go, all right, pause there, and the film pause. Let me roll back and explain a bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't even do that. It just kind of stops, and he goes, yeah, so anyway, this happened, and it was all right.
Yeah. Like, even now, trying to explain it to you, I'm sitting here thinking, I can't have got this right.
Yeah, I don't even know how... I don't know what the twist is.
Yeah.
The guy that suggests... Does he even suggest it? Right, there's a scene, right, where he's in this nan's nursing home.
Yeah.
And there's a group of elderly Jamaicans just hanging about.
Yeah.
And, like, one visiting, presumably, like his mother or whatever. And Peter Andre's like, oh, I need money. And then he leaves the room. And then he has a conversation with a Jamaican guy out in the hallway or whatever.
Yeah.
And the guy kind of pitches him this thing. But as they're leaving the room, there's a guy goes on his phone, another Rasta guy goes on his phone.
Who becomes the Rasta guy.
Yeah, I got an idea.
Yeah.
But the other guy pitches it to him like immediately.
Yeah.
Seconds after that. And then Peter Andre later goes to the Rasta whose idea it was, the one on the phone.
Yes.
And says, help me be Rasta. And the guy agrees on the condition that he go on a date with his sister.
Yeah.
For whom he didn't buy Snickers.
Yes.
But he's the one that has kind of set this all in motion somehow.
Yeah.
And then, he accompanies him to Jamaica. And, like, he's his guide.
Yeah.
And you find out, like, he's best mates with the gang lord.
Like, eventually, I think.
Yeah, at the very end. Yeah. That's the twist. And it's all a scheme so that Peter Andre can get money.
Yeah.
And the gang lord can, like, flee and leave his life of crime behind.
Yes.
Because if you still have love in your heart...
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's never too late to change.
Got it. Actually, no, I don't get it.
No, and it turns out Blacker actually was in on it and knows the gang lord he's helping him get away.
Despite the fact that the gang lord's been trying to kill him.
Honestly, I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
And that's honestly not my fault.
Okay.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful film.
I guess the only question left is, do you recommend it?
No.
But like,
it's not a fun hate watch.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. Obviously not sincerely, but...
Yeah, no, we had to watch it to get through it. We had to quicken it, speed it up to get through it. So, I can't, you can't recommend it, can you?
I suppose not.
It doesn't have enough going for it. I think there was like not a montage per se, but like him learning to be Jamaican and like the stuff leading up to that.
Yeah, there was like
a 10-minute stretch.
There was like 10 minutes in the middle, but we were like, all right.
We were laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is working for us now.
And that was it.
Yeah.
As soon as they go to Jamaica, it's over.
It's gone, yeah.
So yeah, no. No to Jafaican. Bad Peter Andre. Bad. Okay. Welcome to Derry. What's it about?
It's a prequel to It's.
The
2017 film and the film that came after that that I remember very little of.
Yeah, same.
Is that like the broad, like, is everyone like, oh yeah, that second film happened? Or is that us?
Yeah, people don't love the second film.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, initially I thought this was an independent thing and they just happened to use the same actor for Pennywise. But no, this is very much a prequel.
Yes, it is.
By the end of it, it's clear that like, oh, they're setting all this. Yeah. It's all tied together. So it's set in the 50s.
I think it's the 60s.
Oh, the 60s.
I think it's the 60s.
I think this is Pennywise's feeding cycle prior to the one
80s.
prior to the 80s film that the 2017 film was set in.
Yeah.
There is. See, I didn't write a plot for this, and now I'm scrambling to put it together on the fly. It's set in the town of Derry, obviously, because they all are. And
of Derry.
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 Yeah.
Derry.
I want to go to that town, though.
The town of Derry.
Derry, yeah. There's cheese everywhere.
Yeah, so strange things start happening because the creature's woken up.
Was that deliberate?
What do you mean?
Strange things.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
No, okay. Right.
Yeah, strange things start happening.
See, when you scramble, sometimes you get egg.
Is egg dairy? No, egg's not dairy.
Yeah, it is.
It is dairy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
It all ties together.
Yes.
Pennywise you are. Something.
So yeah, there's a family move into the town.
Yeah.
The father figure of that family, well, the father of that family, he has been drafted to work on this military base for reasons that are initially unclear to him. But then Harry from Dexter brings him into the fold, and he's like, right, we're basically looking for this creature that feeds on people's fear. And we're planning to use it as a weapon. And the reason that we're using you is because you were in an accident and you don't feel fear as a result. So like the part of your brain that feels fear was like all fucked up or some shit.
Like Alex Honnold.
Yes, sure. And they've also got a guy who possesses the Shining, and it turns out is actually the cook from
Dick Halloran,
Dick Halloran, that character, to actually find the creature. The idea being that the airman that they brought in that doesn't feel fear is going to tame the creature once they find it.
Yeah.
But that isn't stopping it from running amok through the town. And it's like eating children, and it like eats a bunch of kids, but then this black guy who works at the cinema gets framed for it. So that's kind of stirring up the ire of the town.
Yes.
It's quite a sprawling story, actually.
It is. It's difficult to say this is what it's about.
Yeah, there's lots of constituent elements because you've got a group of kids that kind of function as the main character, but then you've got all the military stuff. You've also followed the creature for a little bit.
The A stuff is it's another generation of kids facing up to Pennywise.
Yeah.
And they hoodwink us, don't they? Because you think it's the first group, but they get dispatched summarily.
Yeah, the opening scene where the kid gets into the car with the family, which it turns out is the creature.
Yeah.
And so the creature just fucks with him a little bit before eventually eating him, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't like that.
I didn't like it.
It wasn't a promising start. It's not the type of horror that I resonate with.
Same.
It's just too much. It's like too
full on. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think the way that creature operates, and there's some sequences later on that just show the kind of back up that theory for me anyway. I think like the pickle creature, for example, where it feels like the creature is operating almost with a sense of humour.
Right.
A sense of humour that I think is totally absent from the rest of the show. Because the horror is so full on and so goofy that sometimes it borders on being funny. But it's not funny. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to be funny.
I'm fine with him being the only funny thing. Because it's fucking dire, the whole situation. Yeah. But he's enjoying it. So I'm fine with him being funny. Okay. But I completely take your point. There is a fine line there. Yeah. Between, horrifying and hilarious. Yes. But I agree. Yeah.
Also not very encouraging that the first form that the creature takes in the show, because they hold Pennywise back for quite a while. Yeah. I think the first half of the show he's not in, basically. Which I'm all for, broadly speaking.
To an extent.
Because it's a shapeshifter. It makes sense that it would keep changing forms. Yes. And I think it's a good instinct to hold Pennywise back if you're then going to create equally as compelling versions of that monster. Right. But the first version we see is this flying cherub CGI baby. Yeah, it's also a little bit too abstract, which I think can work in the book. Yeah. Like the car thing, what's that? He's a car? With 4 people inside, one of them giving birth to him.
It's too weird. Yeah. It's too weird. Okay, so let's
just to finish that point, the first version is the CG baby. Yeah. So it's so most versions of him are CG, which again is less compelling than a guy playing a clown. But that version of him does kill kids at the end of the first episode. Yes. Which won me back a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah. It's you're committing to the bit. You're killing kids.
The kids are okay. The main kids. Yeah. They're fine. I'm glad we weren't stuck with that initial batch.
Okay.
Because they were annoying.
Right.
I think Teddy is his name. He really annoyed me.
Yeah.
Little gay kid.
Right.
One of them says sincerely, which is almost certainly a Stand By Me reference.
Okay.
Given unexpected poignancy this week for Rob Reiner was
Absolutely.
Killed this week.
Yeah.
R.I.P. There's also, like I said, Dick Halloran, character from The Shining. I didn't necessarily mind this King-verse idea on paper.
Yeah.
But when he ended the season by saying, how much trouble can a hotel be? I wanted to throw my shoe at the screen.
Yeah, it feels like in that last episode, it's definitely doing that a bit too much.
Yeah.
Where it's like, ooh, reference.
Yeah.
Ooh, thing. You know what
Exactly.
this is. It's
Yeah.
like, I do, but where's this come from all of a sudden? You know?
In the source novel, race and racism are recurring, if quieter, themes.
Okay.
It's louder here with the Jew in the lampshade, you know?
Yeah.
It's some of that social horror we've been getting lately.
Oh, well, just like burning down the black hole or whatever it's called. The black spot.
Yeah, that is a big thing in the novel, in the history of the town of the novel. I think Jovan Adepo, I'm not exactly sure you pronounce his name, his Leroy does have one line quoting his father, and it's, there's nothing wrong with this country that can't be fixed with what's right with this country.
Okay.
I appreciated that. You don't hear that kind of thing often. That's basically my philosophy of America, right? It has problems, but its virtues correct for those, right?
Okay.
Ideally. Yeah, there's a lot of CG, understandably. But if you're going to make something set in the 60s, or maybe it's late 50s, you might consider replicating the filmmaking of the era.
You don't have to, but it would be a nice touch.
If nothing else, a satisfying homage.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially since the first episodes orbit so much around a cinema.
Yeah.
It feels like that would be the perfect kind of way of justifying that style choice.
Yeah, and it avoids that anachronistic clash. Whenever I see a World War II film with a computer-generated Luftwaffe,
Yeah.
I also want to throw my shoe at the screen. It never looks right, you know?
No.
Plus, yeah, it's not scary. The novel draws on 50s monster movies, set as it is in that period. So, you know, the creature from the Black Lagoon, that's my go-to example, will pop up. On film, that should be a guy in a suit.
Yes.
Right?
Or stop motion. They did stop motion, in the Tim Curry one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The 2017 It reboot was good enough, but God, I wish Kari Joji Fukunaga had been allowed to do it. You know, the True Detective director.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to make good horror the same way it's hard to make good anything. But there are short films on YouTube that are way scarier than anything strictly professional. Images that stick with you, that actually play on dark imaginings. Something awful at the foot of your bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the feeling I want with my horror. I like the title sequence.
Yeah.
Accompanied... Go on, sorry.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
yeah,
I have nothing else to add to it.
Accompanied by Prudence and Patience's A Smile and a Ribbon. Their most famous song also has been bastardized, employed multiply to soundtrack Murderers and Miscellaneous Undesirables.
Okay.
It's, 'cause tonight you belong to me. You know that song?
Right, okay.
I liked the scene with the supermarket aisles closing in. Not the pickle so much, but that kind of idea.
Yeah.
And the idea of the kids taking happy pills to mute their fear. Thought, good, okay, that's kind of using the thing.
I don't think it ends up playing that much of
Not
a part.
really, just the idea. You
Yeah.
know? And yes, like you said, children die. I've got to give it that, even though that is the bare minimum that you should expect from it.
Though the problem is that it kills those kids in the first episode, and so it sets expectations.
Yeah.
That, this creature is dangerous.
Yeah.
And it fucks with its prey, but it does kill its prey.
Right.
And then later on in the show, doesn't kill its prey quite as much.
No.
It does fuck with them for like an unreasonable amount of time. I
Yes. And again, it's got to salt the meat, is what it says in the book.
Yeah.
Fine. But yeah, there's a line somewhere. Yeah, they hold Pennywise back for the longest time, and I do get the logic, but by the end of the third episode where they really stopped teasing him, I felt he was overdue.
Yeah.
Because on one level, I admire the restraint. On another, the clown is what we want. Come on.
Yeah.
Give us the clown.
Yeah.
When
if you're not, like I said, if you're not going to use him, you should be spending that time building up an equally terrifying...
If there's enough other interesting stuff going on. When he does show up, he's often rather fun.
Yeah.
Right? I showed my father the scene where he encounters his daughter, quote unquote.
yeah.
And you laugh. And not at the show. I think you laugh because Bill Skarsgård is clearly playing it with such glee.
Yes.
You know? There's a moment where she realizes it's not her father, and she starts backing away like, you're not my father. And it just cuts to me and she goes, yes, I am. And I thought, that's great. It's just like proper... I don't know, like innocence to it. Like,
I don't know, I am. It's just funny to think, like, because I mean, they don't hide the ball in the show. I don't know if they did in the film. I can't even remember. But yeah, they just outright say he's an alien. He fell to Earth in a comet.
Yes.
Pieces of that comet are what keeps him trapped in the town.
Right.
And it turns out the military are planning to destroy those pieces.
Yeah.
They're basically releasing him from his cage.
Yeah.
Which is a bit like, okay, you've created this like unkillable, all-powerful creature, and now you've just like, oh, here's the mechanism in which to kill it.
Right.
And it's like, it's a bit disappointing.
Yes.
I know that the kids need to be able to defeat it some way, but it's just, oh no, there's a MacGuffin that'll do that for you.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm a big fan of the novel, right? But I think going into the lore might be a mistake on screen. Because while it works well on the page, it's pretty goofy when it's visualized. Yeah. I think the pillars and artifacts and daggers and all that are inventions for the show.
Oh, really? Okay.
The dagger and all that, almost certainly. The original mythology involves a turtle. But
yes,
like that stuff in the show didn't work for me. A bit too MCU.
Okay.
You know, the glowing dagger and
But I was to think like, when you were saying that like she's like, you're not my dad, and he's like, yeah, I am.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah. This like creature from outer space that's just so beyond our comprehension to the point where even if we saw it in its native form, we wouldn't even be able to comprehend it.
It literally paralyzes you. Brain dead,
Like, what's it thinking in that moment when she's like, you're not my dad, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to fuck with her. I'm just going to be like, yeah, no, of course I am.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. It's like Loki. It's a mischief god. You know, chaos demon or whatever. Yeah. And Native Americans, they always got to know more, don't they? Always. Imagine this dynamic, if you will. It doesn't have to be colonists, right? But non-natives land somewhere, and they're able to see more because they're outsiders. Haven't you noticed like the weird shit going on? What do I know? I just live here. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be new.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be in America. It could be anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make the natives stupid. It's just spectator sees more of the game, right?
Yeah. Well, isn't that like the whole thing of Doctor Who? Is like the Doctor will land somewhere being like, are you not bothered by this thing? And they're like, well, that's just a thing.
I'm not sure we should use Doctor Who as the positive.
No.
No, I know.
It's
exactly.
Just that was the first thing that popped into my mind was like,
and also that's a ton of 1,000 million horror stories. Someone goes to a town, everyone's weird. They're like, why are you all weird? Like, are we? We're not weird.
Yeah.
For some reason, that thing though, it made me think of The Leftovers, the season 2 opening. Remember the whole caveman thing?
Oh yeah.
If they'd taken a similar approach to the origins of Pennywise, pure visual storytelling, how great would that have been? Like in this Stone Age context or whatever. That kind of filmmaking has always been scant, pure visual stuff. But now it really feels like a dying art. The modern modus operandi is constant flow.
Yeah.
Fill the unforgiving minute with 60 hours worth of data run, right? All to say, this felt like prime copper age TV.
Okay.
There is a transience to it. I think it's probably what we can expect from the Harry Potter series, unfortunately.
Right.
A similar feeling to this, where it's like, it's just not concrete.
Okay.
Before it lures Bill Skarsgård into the woods, because we see this guy who was a clown,
Yeah, they actually show the origins of Pennywise. That is to say, they show the real Pennywise before the creature
appropriated its form. Yeah. And it says to him, children seem drawn to you, giving context to why he mostly appears as a clown. Fine, but Pennywise doesn't spend much time in the films or the show actually trying to entice children.
No.
He's always scaring them,
Yes.
There are tiny moments that are a little creepy. Him puppeteering the principal's body could have been creepy.
Yeah.
It's like, this is going to be dark, and then it just kind of ends. But by the end, Pennywise isn't so much a dread-inspiring entity as a baddie.
Yeah.
Like a pantomime villain. Final acts often ruin monsters. The glowing eyes, for me, are that in microcosm. They dampen his power because they make him too inhuman.
Yeah.
It bridges the uncanny valley,
Yeah. And it was weird because, like, I guess when I was watching the original It's...
As in the Tim Curry.
No, sorry, as in the films
yeah.
that this kind of came from.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it was the complaints I had at the time.
Yeah.
Because I think we reviewed the second, because we weren't doing the podcast when the first came out.
Second was 2019, so it would have been...
Yeah.
Really early.
I'm not sure if it was a complaint I had at the time, but now I can imagine myself thinking, well, that version of Pennywise looks inhuman. I can't imagine that ever being a real guy. And then in this, we see him being a real guy, weird deformed head and all.
Yeah, the two best moments in that 2017 It involve no CGI.
Yeah.
It's just his face in the drain, and then it's smiling, and then it's not.
Yeah.
Right? The clown's face changed. and it's him taunting Richie, I think, one of the kids in the house they go to, and it's just like walking towards him slowly and then pretending like it's going to eat his hands, going,
Yeah.
Those are the two most effective, chilling moments in the film. Just a guy. It's a clown. That's all you need. Clowns are fucking horrifying.
What's the famous like behind the scenes story where Bill Hader goes up to Bill Skarsgård and he's like, how do they get Pennywise's eyes to like move in different directions? And Bill Skarsgård goes, what, like this?
Yeah.
Just does it.
And he just runs
and he
away.
runs away.
Yeah.
So and none of that made it into the film?
I know. By the way, have you seen him with the kids? Did I show you that behind the scenes where like it's him interacting with the kids?
I'm not sure.
Obviously trying to make them as okay as humanly possible.
Yeah.
There's one great bit, the camera's like right up close in his face and he's going, 1, 2... and then instantly goes the kid like, hey, you okay buddy? It's like, and some of the noises he makes, especially when they're in the fog in the end, is very Bruce Lee. It's like, hoo-ah! You know. And we end with the revelation that he can time travel, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess this is something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Because there seems to be some confusion online. Can he time travel? Or does he perceive time differently?
He says that when he died, it was also his birth.
Right.
When he was eventually killed by the children in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, so, well, no, the 10s.
Yeah.
The 2010s. That was also his beginning. So now he's going back in time to destroy the generations leading up to his death.
But he fell...
Or summon.
He fell in a comet.
Yeah, that's... Look, I don't get that at all, remotely.
Yeah.
But we know he can time travel in some fashion.
As an idea, I'm like, okay, yeah, there's something to the idea that a creature keeps going back and further in time.
Yes.
To, like, avoid its own fate.
Yeah.
Maybe that even weirdly explains why it has a 27-year feeding cycle, because that's just...
Yeah.
It jumps in time.
It's
and that's
portals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, no, there is a linearity to that creature that's already been established.
Yeah,
which is
very
why
chronologically...
which is why I was like, okay, so is it just perceiving everything at once? Or is it actually time traveling?
This ties back to the opening scene, which is, what is it?
Yeah.
Too abstract. And so, like, next season, it will be renewed. It's done very well. It'll presumably go back to the generation before.
Yeah, because the show ends with, welcome to Derry, and then chapter 1 fades in. And I was just like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's the idea that just... They'll keep going further and further back, so the next show is going to be like in the 30s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The next one will be the 30s, then the 10s or whatever.
Okay.
I assume so.
That might be something, because otherwise, the implication is if it's going to continue going on chronologically, well, Pennywise has had his feeding cycle now, so is every season not going to contain Pennywise?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's just going to... It could be like Fargo, right? We pick a random pocket of time and do a story in that... I mean, like, some props for trying to make a prequel relevant, right? They're like, oh, no, it can change the... Like, it could affect the films. It's not like... It doesn't undermine it. Like, oh, yeah, no, they've defeated it then. But it goes on, sort of thing. But it does undermine it a bit. And am I supposed to believe, like, it's feasible that in one of these generations, he'll manage it and everyone will just die?
Yeah.
Is that really what I'm supposed to believe? Also, as it goes, he is a rather powerful being.
Yeah.
Why does he keep finding it so hard to win?
Yes.
You know? Like, you can get away with it once. There's one original story.
Yeah.
Not forever.
There's that moment when he's on the lake, the frozen lake, and the kids are about to put the dagger into the tree. And he sees what they're doing, and he's like, well, I'll leave you to it then, and just skips off.
Right.
But then, I guess, figures out, oh, actually, no, that's a threat?
Yeah.
So then he tries to go back, but doesn't make it in time.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you had your chance there, Pennywise.
Well, it's like he becomes the loser. Like, how many times can this guy lose?
Yeah.
And I view him as a threat. But of course he's always going to lose, ultimately. But it's like, you can get away with that story once. A group of ragtag kids defeat this fucking evil entity. You can do that once.
Yeah.
You can, but now it will be renewed, so they'll do it threepence.
Almost certainly.
So that's it, I think. That's all I got.
Recommendation?
Not really. No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. There are some things that are good about it, but to me, it is corporate. It's kind of like, the age of the golden age is over.
Yeah.
This is a capital Q quality show now, but it just feels so immaterial.
I asked my mother after, because we watched it together, and I asked her when it was over, like, what did you think of it? And she said, well, I liked the story and some of the character stuff was interesting. It seemed like the horror was the weakest part for her as well. And I think that given that it's a horror show, that's not great, is it?
And also, when Pennywise, I mean, not many people dispute that that's a scary character.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's got to be scary.
Yeah.
Like, that was my true avatar of fear for most of my life. Is I didn't want to look at a picture of Pennywise. Terrified me because I saw it way too young. I'm out of that now, partly because of the new films on the show.
Yeah.
They've kind of disabused me of that. Tim Curry is still fucking terrifying.
Yeah, of course.
But, it's... They have dampened the effect of the... Because, it's culture now. It's a TV series. And it's going to be more. So, familiarity breeds contempt, I suppose. And less fear. And that's it, I think.
It's a no then.
No from me.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Is it a no from you as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like... If you were to kind of watch around the horror, which again seems like a crazy thing to say given that it's a horror show.
As in, to give it the Flanagan treatment. Like, just view it as like a story, a drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's strong enough in that aspect either.
The original story is all you need. That's everything. It has everything in that one story. So, that's that.
Okay.
Sisu Road to Revenge. Mm-hmm. I'm also leaving this one to you.
Okay.
But before I do, I will take the opportunity, given the vague thematic connections, to recommend 2,000 Meters to Andrivka, a documentary about Ukrainian soldiers on the front line. It's as cinematic as any war movie. It's terrifying. You don't think of modern warfare being like this. You think of drones and all that.
Yeah.
You don't think of the beaches in Saving Private Ryan. Anyhow. Sisu Road to Revenge.
Yeah, how is that in any way related to Sisu?
Because frontline soldiers, kind of grey.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I wanted to not review it. I wanted to recommend it, but it's not quite enough for a review. So.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing it, so I guess I don't dispute your recommendation.
Okay.
Both Sisu and Sisu 2 start with the following text. Sisu is a Finnish word that cannot be translated. It means a white-knuckle form of courage and unimaginable determination.
Yeah.
And I think that's about as succinct a synopsis as one can give for both of these films.
Sure.
In the first film, he Sisu'd a bunch of Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
In this film, he Sisu's a bunch of Russians.
Yes. But like Soviets.
Soviets, yes. It is in Finnish. It's a foreign film. But much like The Raid, the fact that it's in a foreign language doesn't really matter.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah. Because it's so much... I don't think the main character even speaks.
No, he's a mute character. It ain't about the dialogue.
It ain't about the dialogue.
I think at the very end, they threaten that he's going to say a line, but he actually doesn't, right?
Yeah, people walk up to him and they're like, you don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this is action movie. Mm-hmm. As action movies get.
Unapologetically, fuck reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He front flips a tank.
Right.
He rides a missile.
Yes.
He, has a fight with a plane.
Yeah.
It's Sisu. It really is one of those films where, you'll know whether you'll know straight away if it's for you or not.
Balls out.
Unapologetic. It really hones in on what it wants to be. And in that way, I think you have to commend it.
Oh, yeah.
I do think the action it's good action, but, it is just that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, maybe that's why I don't have so much to say about it, which is, it's commendable to be a pure version of itself.
Yeah.
I have a bit of battle fatigue.
Okay.
Like the hardcore, pure, self-aware action movie. I'm a little bit tired of it.
Okay.
Not to say this is bad. I'm just a bit tired of it.
It does feel like this film is very much... It's more self-aware than the first one.
Yeah, because the first one was a success.
Yeah, the first one was a success. It's kind of gone on a similar trajectory to the John Wick franchise, actually.
That's what I was thinking. John Wick and nobody,
Yeah, whereas the first one, it's it's just this contained entity.
Yeah.
It takes itself a little seriously, but it also knows that its action is fun and goofy. And then in the second one, there's more action, obviously, but there are also these injections of humor.
Yeah.
There's that little sequence where they're walking through a bus terminal or an airport terminal or something, and they're shooting at each other but hiding the guns in their coats.
Right.
So they're just kind of sniping at each other across the airport. And it's played for laughs. And then again, there's a sequence in this where he's on a train and he's walking through the train and there's all of the soldiers are in bed and these bunk beds. So he's just dispatching them silently as they keep waking up.
Yeah.
And it becomes kind of farcical almost. Because,
like whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Yeah, another guy wakes up, so he has to kill that guy, but then blood pours on the guy underneath, so he has to kill that guy.
Yeah,
he has to sneak out before the other guy wakes up, and Yeah, there's kind of more injections of humour.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no, like, nuance to the characters,
No.
dialogue. You're watching it just for the action.
Well, that's fine.
So I think watch the trailer, and if the trailer is for you, the film will be for you.
Yeah, I agree.
There's really nothing to say.
No, that's it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so kind of lean in that respect.
Yes.
That there is nothing to critique about it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Man versus Baby. Anything to critique?
A couple of things.
What's it about?
Okay. So Rowan Atkinson. It's a Rowan Atkinson project. It's a spiritual sequel to Man vs. Bee.
No, it's a sequel, right?
Oh, no, I guess it is a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, I thought spiritual because the title was different, but it's the same character and
Yeah.
everything, so you're right. It's a sequel. Sorry.
Like in the way that The Dark Knight is a spiritual sequel to Batman Begins. Titles are different.
Yeah. So Rowan Atkinson plays Trevor Bingley, a man that, were it not for his ability to speak in complete sentences, is probably equally as retarded as Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Trevor is poor.
We're both okay with we just throwing that word out this episode.
I think it's because you used it.
Okay,
Like, I'd written it in my notes,
Yes.
but like partially with like the plan to like, oh, maybe I won't say it.
because I did.
But yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
All right.
It's warranted because
It is retarded.
spoilers, I really don't like this show. I hated Man vs. Bee, but I mean, we'll get into all of this. Trevor is poor.
Yeah.
And he's jobless, and he's about to spend Christmas all alone.
Good.
Until he's given the opportunity to house sit a vacant penthouse in the heart of London. A simple assignment, were it not for the fact that Trevor has found himself stuck with a random baby that he just can't get rid of. Hilarity? ? Ensues. Is what I wrote.
Yes. The
'Cause
answer is no.
Yeah, because I had to try and marshal my thoughts a little bit with this.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it is about. Well, I have several theories. But yeah, Man vs. Bee and now Man vs. Baby, they really inspire anger in me.
Oh, really?
I really don't like. I really, really don't like these shows.
I don't like them either.
Yeah.
They don't inspire that much anger. I know why they inspire that anger in you.
Yeah, I think it's just because they feel like a betrayal.
Yeah,
in a sense.
you feel betrayed by them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked Mr. Bean like the next kid.
Yeah.
But it was never like, I never felt any...
Well, not even just Mr. Bean, just Rowan
Yeah.
Atkinson in general. I mean,
same.
You know,
I like Blackadder. I like Mr. Bean. I even like John English, the first John English. But he was never my guy. You know?
Okay.
He's more your guy, I think.
yeah,
So he's not betrayed me in the way that he's betrayed you.
yeah,
But yeah, okay. What you're saying, it's set at Christmas. So depending on one's mood, a Christmas setting can allay or compound one's annoyance,
Yes.
I think. We tend to be more forgiving around this time of year because who wants something intellectually challenging, right? Now, I don't forgive Man versus Baby.
no, nor should you.
No, I don't. Don't worry. But I don't hate it in the way that you do, with that visceral hate.
Okay.
Because it's not anything, really. And that could be a reason to hate it. I grant you that. Its target audience is families, right?
Yeah.
So Trevor Bingley is the most watered down milquetoast bumpkin. Mr. Bean is something.
Yeah.
Johnny English is something. Trevor Bingley isn't.
No.
Concordantly, the physical humour is flavourless and uninspired. This is no Chaplin or Keaton. Rowan Atkinson has been a brilliant physical comedian.
Yeah.
Has been being the operative phrase, maybe. The greatest challenge to my essential neutrality watching it was the squatter family. That hokey seasonal sentimentality
Oh, right, yeah.
does make me feel sick. That sanitization, because they're Mary Poppins squatters.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
The commission of this now anthology series is hard to construe, right? Because, on paper, it's simple kinetic comedy, but never inventive or outlandish, and certainly impure.
Yeah.
Like, he spends a lot of time outside the penthouse.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot. I have things written down, so
Yeah.
I'm just kind of letting you talk at the moment.
Yeah. And like, while I suppose it's Man versus Baby in macro, it's variously Man versus Dog, Man versus Lift. Just call it Man versus and be done with it. Especially apposite because Bingley really is just man.
Yeah.
Not a character with
So
any
absent
character.
of character, yeah.
Anyhow, it's a hard one to categorize. It's 4 20-minute episodes, not a film, for some reason.
Yeah.
So for me, it occupies the same space as Mike Flanagan has a deal with Amazon, the Duffer Brothers with Paramount, Nolan's with Universal. This is just where Atkinson is. If he isn't retired, he needs to be somewhere, and I guess this is where.
Yeah.
You know? I can't think of it in any other way.
Okay.
When Susanna Fielding is giving him the tour in the beginning, here's the media room, here's the golf simulator. You know there's no way they'll get their money's worth.
Yeah.
Like, your money's worth.
Especially since that's like at the beginning of the second episode.
Yeah.
So you're already nearly halfway through the show at that point.
Yeah.
So like, well, I'm
Yeah,
obviously not going to see all of this shit.
Yeah, and here's the playhouse, and
Yeah.
it's like, wow.
No, he's basically confined to a front room and an elevator.
Yeah.
Even though they say, look, oh, here's all this fun shit you're never going to see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Waste it's one of the greatest sins of storytelling. And to quote VM Varga, right, from Fargo, if there's one thing I can't abide, it's waste.
Yes.
A couple of smaller points before we get to yours, I'm sure. There's a moment where he's feeding two babies with his arms crossed.
Yes.
Not clear why he does it like that.
It's just funny.
Just
I guess.
whimsy.
Yeah.
You know, it's the show in a nutshell. Pointless, weightless quirk.
Yeah.
Right? And while I'm sure they can't give away personal information, I refuse to believe that if you looked after an abandoned baby for a few days and asked the authorities to just let you know he got home safe, they wouldn't extend you that basic courtesy. I don't think they would say, it's not your baby, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No, that felt unwarranted.
It was like, there's no way they would do that.
Yeah.
Even if they couldn't, or for whatever, they would go, oh, I'm really sorry, we can't. They wouldn't go, dude, it's not your baby. And yeah. It's been a while, and its reputation is far, far from stellar, but I think Baby's Day Out is superior to this. And that's everything I have to say about it.
Like, the baby in that has more personality than the baby in this.
Yes.
Like, as you kind of alluded to, the baby is barely an obstacle for him. And even then, it doesn't bring its own flavour of anything into the show. Except the dog, that's not introduced until the third episode, is more of an antagonist than the baby.
Yeah.
And the baby got second billing for some reason. No, I hated Man vs. Bee, and I feel like I bring it up every time Man vs. Bee comes up, which is thankfully not often.
Yeah.
But the one scene in that show that epitomised everything that was wrong with it for me was when Rowan Atkinson traps the bee in the piano. And I'm thinking of like Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and older things where there'd be sequences where someone was like playing a piano and there's something trapped inside the piano that's all trying to escape the danger.
Yeah. Or you'd be playing like all the different keys to hit it, and you'd end up playing an actual tune for a second.
Exactly.
And then go back to whacking it. Yeah.
So I thought, a proper old school
Looney Tunes,
like slapstick setup. Rowan Atkinson's going to play the piano to try and kill the bee,
right? And
we're going to see the CGI bee not be hit by the keys.
Yeah,
but it's one of them modern houses.
Yeah, one CG animal that we can, I think, forgive. Right? You can't train a bee.
You can't train a bee.
Yeah,
but you know what, Sam? I think Vince Gilligan would.
That's true.
I think if you gave this to Vince Gilligan, that would be a real fucking bee.
Yeah, no, you're right there.
But we don't have Vince Gilligan, so instead we have a CGI bee. So Rowan Atkinson traps it in the piano, and it's one of them modern houses where there's an iPad on the piano. So he taps the iPad, and the piano starts playing itself.
Right.
And then Rowan Atkinson just looks all smug and walks away.
Isn't this such a great metaphor, thinking about it, for just modern art and AI and all that kind of stuff? It's such like a great little distillation of it.
It's like you, Rowan Atkinson, Mr. fucking Bean, is looking all smug because he doesn't have to put any work into
I don't think
slapstick.
I've ever heard someone say with genuine anger, Mr. fucking Bean. Okay.
So that's why I ultimately didn't like Man vs. Bee. One of the many reasons, but it's like, you put Rowan Atkinson in front of me, you promised slapstick majesty, and this is what you gave me.
Do you think, given this is Man vs. Baby, do you think that every season will always end with B, but will be like an added syllable?
Okay.
So it'll be like Man vs. Wallaby. Will be season 3.
Okay, interesting, because I thought maybe like, it always has to start with B. But no, you've like it doesn't. As long as it ends with
the sound B.
Okay.
So B, baby, wallaby, and then season 5 would be Holly Willoughby.
Man versus Holly Willoughby.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And I think that is a problem that persists in Man versus Baby. It's still Rowan Atkinson not committing to the bit.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. It's the fact that like it doesn't feel like the show's even committing to the bits that it sets up.
Right.
Like in the final episode, for example, there's a sequence where Rowan Atkinson, he gets a call from the housekeeper who's in Scotland, who can't make it. And she's like, right, you have to cook a Christmas feast for 14 people to the highest standards in an afternoon.
Yeah.
And he just does.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that all about?
There's none of that Vicar of Dibley trying to eat all the Christmas dinners.
Yeah, nothing like that. The baby doesn't get... There's a baby and a dog in the apartment at this point, and they were just well behaved and just let him cook.
Yeah.
Earlier in that episode, there's a Christmas tree on this spiral staircase, which is like 3-4 times the size of Rowan Atkinson. And he has to decorate that tree. So what he does is he attaches that tree to a chandelier so he can like whirl it around, raise it up and lower it into the base of this statue that he's stolen that allows him to rotate the tree. And he just does it with no issue. Which
would be a satisfying depiction of procedure in a show where they're trying to show a guy being effective at something.
Yes.
Not a farce where he's supposed to fuck everything up. Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, so he's attached this giant Christmas tree to this expensive, priceless chandelier. I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, it's
only
just
fools
fine.
and horses is going to happen.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't.
No, he just decorates the tree.
It's just only fools.
Yeah, brilliant alternate title for this show. Because most of the resistance that he's met with is because of his own stupidity.
Yeah.
There's that little sequence in like the second or third episode where he gets locked out of the apartment because he went to get nappies.
Right.
And then he goes like into another guy's apartment so he can call a cleaner who has another fob to get into the penthouse. And then when the cleaner comes and uses the fob, she leaves the building. And as the lift doors are closing, he sees the nappies are like still in reception.
Yeah.
Any sane person would go, all right, well, go back up. I'll get the fob. I'll come down and get the nappies.
Yeah.
No, he props the door open with his shoe.
Yeah,
and then the lift closes and it pushes the shoe out.
And that's the thing. If that's the character, that's fine. Okay? That's how they would respond to that. Because this has been maybe the biggest hurdle, one of them, in my own writing, when I've tried to write things.
Yeah.
Is I would always go, nah, that's dumb. You wouldn't do that. And then I had a revelation one day where I was like, but maybe the character would. Yes. They don't have to do everything logically and
Yeah.
So he doesn't come across that way. And there's also there's no... I'm all for it could be innocent, broad comedy or whatever, but there's no spice to it. And he's estranged from his... Not estranged, but he's divorced from his ex-wife and they have a daughter together. And they're going to spend Christmas... Is it with her boyfriend or new husband or whatever?
New boyfriend in Barbados.
New boyfriend. And he's like, oh, okay. He's sad, but there's no fucking hate that guy.
Yeah.
There's nothing. He's just he accepts it. It's just a little bit sad. And then they end up going to him anyway, and it's all fine. It's he gets on well with his daughter, and there's nothing. There's no conflict. There's no... Yeah.
Yeah. All the siblings in Home Alone... They're
horrible to him.
Yeah, they're horrible and they fight, but they still are glad to get back to him in the end, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no... You can still have family entertainment with a little bit of zhuzh, a little bit of ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you want to talk about waste. The first thing that he does, when he gets to the apartment, he has no nappies, because he didn't think he was going to bring this baby with him.
Right.
So what he decides to do, initially he has a job as a caretaker in a school, and they're putting on a nativity, and the baby gets delivered, so they use the baby in the nativity. But then when he goes, he takes it back to the person whose baby it was. It turns out it wasn't their baby.
Yeah.
It's just this random baby.
Yes.
That's popped up out of nowhere. So he rings up the head teacher, and she's like, well, I'm off to Tenerife, so fuck you.
Yeah.
Everyone in that school is really horrible to him for some reason.
Yeah.
And then he phones up the police, and then the police are like, well, we're too busy to deal with this, so ring up social services. So you ring social services, they come out to the house, but then there's this farcical little sequence where the baby runs away, and Rowan Atkinson is like, oh, it's the baby Jesus. I have to go get the baby Jesus. He doesn't know what baby it is.
Yeah.
So the social services guy thinks he's mad.
Insane, yeah.
So he just leaves.
Yeah.
So then Rowan Atkinson goes to the social services offices, and they're closed. And then he goes to... It's you could have... Go to the police station, which is presumably still open.
There's no reasonable expectation that you look after a baby.
No.
It's oh, look, we're busy. Can you just look after this child?
Yeah, no, exactly.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, once he's had the also, the whole threat at the beginning of the second episode, for lack of a better word, is that this is a job interview.
Yeah.
The person is deciding whether he is fit to look after the apartment, but because he's trying to conceal the fact he's got a baby in his backpack, he's acting really strange. He's walking backwards, and he's like quickly running into rooms, and there's clearly just hidden something. And then at the end of that sequence, he's like, "So have I got the job?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course you got the job. Like the job started when you walked in.
Right.
This wasn't a job interview after all. You had the job straight away." Again, a perfect example of like, "Oh, it's just fine then, is it?"
Yeah. He's so venomous. I can't imagine getting that angry about it.
But it's just so
it's nothing. Yeah.
But I feel like to the point where it feels like I've been tricked. Like in our instance, we literally have, because we were told it's a job interview, and then we're told, "Oh, no, it was never a job interview."
It's like they were dead the whole time, or it was a dream the whole time. It's like, well, I've been robbed of something. Yeah.
But yeah, he has to change the baby's nappy, but he doesn't have nappies. So he takes these like priceless ornate scarves out of the drawer, and he like wraps it up around the baby and uses crocodile clips, which there's no way there are crocodile clips underneath that baby's onesie, as the show would lead us to believe.
Yeah.
But obviously the baby keeps defecating because it's a baby, so he keeps accumulating, like he's putting all these like soiled scarves into these sandwich bags.
Does it have kitchen roll? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which he's then putting out on the balcony because he doesn't know what to do with them. They literally that goes nowhere. There's like a moment at the end of the final episode where we can see the dog has been left out on the balcony on his own, right where they used to be, and they're just not there.
Right.
And it's not like, oh, the dog has eaten them, or he's like, he's thrown them off the balcony or something like that.
The dog has just lobbed them. Fuck that shit. Literally.
Yeah, but like you're talking about the literal waste. Literally, just this.
They waste.
Yeah, it literally goes nowhere.
Yeah,
that's a perfect little setup. Where it's like, oh, he'll have to like wash the scarves later, or the dog steals them and he has to go find them because the people are coming back and they want their scarf. No, just no, just fucking. It's like it was written by the Mouse of Horrors guy. It's like they keep forgetting scene to scene what they've set up.
Yeah, the short goldfish memory.
Yeah,
no, absolutely. Yeah, well reviewed as it goes, right?
I don't see how.
It must be Americans.
It must be, well, not just Americans. It must just be the fact that it's Christmas. It must be that thing that you open the review by saying. It's like, well, I'm not going to be too harsh on it because it's like Christmas and it's nice.
And it's well-meaning and yeah.
No, it's not. It's lazy.
It is lazy.
And
it's possible to be well-meaning and lazy.
But no, it's lazy. It's relying on the fact that it's Rowan Atkinson. Yeah. If this was any other actor, this would not be acceptable.
No, I mean, it's not acceptable, but yes, I agree.
But broadly,
yes.
Like I think other people would realise. Oh yeah, there's literally nothing here.
Partly it's just like because we haven't seen him in a while. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, good, he's still like alive. That's what the good reviews are, because he's still alive. It is, and he's still doing stuff. That's what it is. I think even Kermode liked Man vs. Bee.
Oh right.
I think he did.
Okay.
And he was celebrating. He's like, oh yeah, it's like Keaton or whatever.
No, it's not.
I know it's not.
No,
it's shit.
Yeah, it's dreadful. I hate it.
Yeah. Is that it?
Well, you want me to keep going?
Not really.
I'm happy to keep going.
I'm just conscious of time.
Yeah, no, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, it literally is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like, we've got Mr. Bean. Because this is even though the character talks, it feels like it is trying to tap into that same, like, it's like Mr. Bean wasn't exactly not family friendly, but it feels like this is trying to be a family friendly Mr. Bean.
That does have the spice.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean is weird. Yeah. Mr. Bean is like, if you're an adult, like, what is that guy? Like, what is up with that guy?
Yeah.
It's not like, there's a seediness to him. And there's not... Trevor Bingley is just man. But it's such an appropriate title.
Yeah.
Okay. The Running Man.
Versus Baby.
Versus Baby. I'd watch that. Explain. Premise. Go.
It's The Running Man. Stephen King. He's come up a couple of times.
He has.
I mean, this is not him, but it's like based on a thing he did.
Yes.
Yeah, The Running Man. We've had The Long Walk and The Running Man in the same year.
We have.
Are there any more? Did he do any more in that little weird...
Not in that family of title, no.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there have been other King
The Brisk Gate or something, I don't know.
Yeah, The Brisk Gate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a previous version, an 80s version with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. Which I haven't seen. Is there any...
No.
No, okay.
The reviews for this have not been particularly favourable.
No, and I think that's in no small part due to the fact that this is an Edgar Wright movie. It is the next Edgar Wright movie. It's what he did after he did Last Night in Soho, which is...
Or Sparks, I can't remember which came.
I think Soho came later.
Very quickly then, it's about a guy, it's dystopian future, this game show where people are picked and then they are hunted down and murdered.
Yeah.
But if they survive for a certain amount of time, they win all this money.
Yes. But the system is rigged, so no one ever
it's
wins.
rigged. It's dystopian society.
But this guy...
Yeah, he's the angriest man in the world.
Yeah, quantifiably.
Quantifiably.
The angriest man in the world.
Yes. But yeah, the reviews, it's done okay.
Yeah.
And on the pundit level, the main complaint seems to be that it's not as good as the original.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, that's pure nostalgia.
Okay.
Because it's much better than the Arnie version's not a good film.
Is it like classic cheesy 80s Arnie?
No.
No, it's not. Okay.
No. And that could be damning with faint praise to say that's better than that version. But I have to confess, I liked it.
Okay.
It's far from Edgar Wright's best work, but as a commercial action romp, it's better than the vast majority.
Okay.
Co-written by writer Michael Bacall of Scott Pilgrim. And of course, this is a Michael Cera reunion as well.
Yes.
It has witty dialogue, goofy humour, a hyper-peppy pace, entertaining action set pieces. It's funny. It's as much a comedy as a thriller, I would say, as you might expect from Edgar Wright. Like the climax on the plane, the fight with Lee Pace, that was exciting, you know?
Okay.
It's fun. I think the key word is fun.
Yeah.
It's much more visually arresting than I was expecting.
Yeah.
We dive straight in, no fuss, no muss. Edgar Wright continues to employ some of his classic directorial and editing tics. It's just nice to see that they're still alive in some way. It's relentless, it's seamless, it has that Starship Troopers type satire, but notably apartisan. That was nice.
Okay.
I loathe most reality television on principle, but it does say something that, while condemning it, I would probably harbour the impulse to watch The Running Man.
Yes. Would you participate in The Running Man?
No, I'm not gonna be dead first day.
No. Not participate in the sense that you would join. Participate in the sense that if you spotted him, you'd report him.
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
No, but I would watch. I'd want other people to see him being killed on screen.
Right, okay.
Glenn Powell has natural presence and real charisma. He and Wright are a good match, I think.
Yeah.
Powell seems like he could have played a character in Scott Pilgrim. Lucas Lee, basically.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Quantifiably the angriest man is a great condensation of the character, I think. In one respect, it's a bit like Hitman, an opportunity for him to take on different guises and accents. The supporting cast, Brolin, Domingo, Pace, is solid. And we have another appearance from Emilia Jones, or MJ, as I shall call her from now on.
Right.
Another node on her rise to stardom. It's too long, and it does not approach the heights, like I said, of Wright's filmography.
No.
I accept that greatly reduced expectations might have helped it.
Yeah, almost certainly. It's weird, isn't it? That, like, I think for a lot of people who saw this first, they thought, like, oh, great, like an Edgar Wright movie that feels more in the vein of what made Edgar Wright famous. Oh, it's not quite that.
Right.
That's disappointing.
Yes.
Whereas we had that warning.
Right.
So I think we were able to recalibrate our expectations appropriately.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, you know, there's an invitation, an implied invitation not to take it too seriously, right? And it's not like I rank it as one of the best films of the year, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy this a lot. I just had a smile on my face the whole time, basically. While accepting, yeah, but I know it's not gonna...
Yeah,
that's probably why.
There is that little part of me that was watching it thinking, yeah, we're probably not going to get another Cornetto trilogy in terms of quality.
Yeah, caliber film.
Yeah.
No, maybe it's over.
Yeah, that's probably it. Because Last Night in Soho was kind of a statement, wasn't it? It was like he clearly wants to move away from that.
He wants to make serious films.
Yeah, and then maybe when that wasn't as well received, or maybe he is doing this purely for a paycheck.
Yeah.
So that he can then go on and do
whatever he wants to do,
more in the vein of Last Night.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of returning more to like what he did before, I think, there was probably more of that expectation.
Well, in a way, it's
like, he's going back to, this is what Edgar Wright does.
This is the thing.
He's not doing it as well as he used to.
In a way, it's a devolution, right? Because, like, even though Last Night in Soho is his worst film, it was him trying to mature.
Yeah.
You know, and like he wrote it with a fellow female screenwriter who was like a playwright, I think.
A fellow female?
A fellow screenwriter who was female.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, who was a playwright.
A female fellow.
A female fellow. A femlo. And now this, it's literally the guy that he wrote Scott Pilgrim with.
Yeah.
So it is like he's gone, I'll regress. And we're guilty of wanting the people we like to remain the same. And I don't, that's fine. If he wants to do other things, he can. We'll always have the Cornetto trilogy. We'll always have Scott Pilgrim. I'm fine with that being it.
Yeah.
Right? I'd rather not, but he gave us those films. We can't hate on him for whatever. But I think as far as he goes, like, regression is what's needed. Like, I want him to actually make those stupid films like he used to make, you know?
Especially since we've now seen what he becomes when he's not doing that, and it's not.
Well, let's give him we've seen one.
Right? We have seen one.
And the Sparks Brothers documentary is very good, and that's a bit more grown up than.
He proved himself to be a very competent documentarian. Like, I would like to see another documentary done by him. I'd be curious to see what he could bring to that medium.
Yeah.
I think my biggest fear going in was that it would feel like he'd been completely swallowed by this generic film, which would have been doubly shameful, not just because Edgar Wright is a filmmaker with such implied personality. His films have so much personality. But he left Ant-Man because he felt like he was being creatively stifled. So my worry would be watching this going, you left Ant-Man, but you persisted with this. But yeah, there's enough personality in there, and it's not quite, like I said, it's not quite an Edgar Wright movie. It doesn't quite feel like
not 100%
what I want out of an Edgar Wright movie, but there's enough personality in the film that we got that I don't feel betrayed.
It didn't feel remotely compromised.
No,
I'll say that. It felt like that's exactly the film he wanted to make, especially considering it's quite long.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a 2-hour movie. Like, these films, like, hour and a half, you know?
Yeah.
So on that level, it didn't feel like, oh, he's probably made to do that. It all felt like the film he and Michael Bacall wanted to make.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just not as good as the... But if this is him phoning it in so he can just do a mainstream movie for a fair play, because it's still rather good.
Okay.
You know, it's just not as good as what we used to.
Yes.
I'd recommend it if you just for fun.
Yeah.
Like, don't expect a great film.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think if you're going in thinking of this as an Edgar Wright movie, temper your expectation.
Absolutely.
But if you're just going in just like...
an action movie.
As an action movie, then yeah, I think there's something here for you.
Yes,
because the action there's some clever little like they clearly thought through the action,
and it is all just seamless. I found like it all slots together nicely. And yeah. Okay, I guess we recommend it on that level.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Wake Up Dead Man. Man versus Baby. The Running Man. Wake Up Dead
Did you do this on purpose?
I did not.
I think you did.
I didn't. I don't think like that, alright?
Wake Up Dead Man versus Baby.
Okay, what's this one about?
It is the third Knives Out movie.
Benoit Blanc movie.
Benoit Blanc movie.
Yes.
No, it's a Knives Out.
I don't like it. I prefer Ryan Murphy's... Ryan Murphy. Fuck, no, I don't even... That wasn't even a Freudian slip.
Ryan Murphy.
I prefer Ryan Johnson's... He likes the Benoit Blanc series, and I prefer that as well.
Okay.
But fine.
But culture will know them as the Knives Out.
Yes, silly.
This is the Knives Out trilogy. This is the third Knives Out movie.
Yeah.
This one is set in New York, right? New York State?
Yeah, New York State, yeah.
Yeah. This priest, he is sent to this parish in like this little isolated community as he's the assistant parishioner to Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Or assistant...
Not
something.
Parishioner. That's someone who goes to church, isn't it?
Right. Assistant...
well,
priest, I assume.
Priest,
yeah, assistant priest to Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Who's a bit of a...
cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fury in his sermons, and he calls calls out members of his congregation, and he has his little clique that he's keeping scared, and he's cultivated this air of fear within them and everything.
Yes.
And Josh O'Connor, who plays the assistant priest, he's clocked onto that, and he doesn't like what Josh Brolin is doing, because that's not the church.
Right.
That's not Jesus, man. Mm-hmm. And then Josh Brolin dies.
Yes.
It's an impossible murder.
He's murdered.
Impossibly.
Yeah.
So Benoit Blanc naturally can't stay away.
Rocks up.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery. Yeah. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because like the first Knives Out, it's not a whodunit. It's a whodunit.
You think?
You think?
You think you know. There is a reveal about who's behind everything.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
But yeah, the film is mostly about like, how do we stop the detective from figuring things out? Whereas Glass Onion and Wake Up Dead Man are more traditional whodunits, aren't they? But not to their detriment.
No.
No. I rather like this. I don't know what you thought.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, the usual points of reference are there, your Agatha Christie, Murder at the Vicarage, all that. The emergent neighbour for me was Calvary. Just in the sense there's a parish and someone is the culprit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, what was really nice about, and I don't know if we're going to be jumping ahead in your notes here, but what was really nice about this film is that the setting, like the church and the fact that it's priests and everything, that is not decoration.
No. It's
religion is like a core to the film.
Yes. Yeah, off the bat, I'll say it's probably my favourite film of the year.
Okay. We've got to be a little careful here.
No, I know, because I'll say in my notes, when I wrote the notes, I'll say this is one of the best films of the year, and that's still true, I guess, but it feels like a lie to say.
Okay.
I think it is the best film of the year.
Yeah.
Or my favourite film of the year.
Yeah. We were very positive about Glass Onion.
Yes.
When we reviewed that.
No, and trust me, that's on my mind.
Yes.
I saw Ben Shapiro uploaded a review today, and I did not watch it. And I will not be watching it.
Oh, what obvious
bringing
plot
his
holes
fucking
is he gonna,
logic to
yeah,
it. I
bring
don't need
attention.
it. And yet, I don't have a lot to say about it.
Okay.
Partly because I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
Partly because every constituent element is very artfully accomplished.
Yes.
So what is there to say, you know? From the off, it's clear that we're in a very safe pair of hands. The direction has just enough flourish without ever announcing itself.
Yeah.
Right? Maximally professional, always serving the script. The look is crisp with vivid peaks. The screenplay is wonderful. The dialogue colourful and rich. The plotting immaculate. The characterizations distinct and fun. It's funny. There's that bit with, for some reason it stands out to me, with Daryl McCormack, he's just returned from trying to be a political personality.
Yes.
And he was kind of doing I think he was trying to go the alt-right kind of route. And he's like, yeah, I tried everything, man. I tried tapping into the abortion thing, the climate thing, the G8, fucking L5. Or he's going through all these things. And he goes, I don't know, it's just people are numb. I don't know why. Like, for some reason, that's a bit that gets me.
Yeah.
The cast is marvellous, especially Josh O'Connor, who is really more of a lead than Benoit Blanc.
Yeah, definitely.
Josh Brolin also stands out, turning it up to 11 for his big fiery sermons. And Glenn Close. Jeremy Renner's first role since his accident, I read.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It all rounds off in a satisfying way, which there's no need to spoil. It's better than Glass Onion. It's not as compact as Knives Out. This has a 2.5 hour runtime.
Yeah.
But it still manages to feel like an intricate, ornate, tightly wound puzzle box.
Yeah, 2.5 hours runtime. That honestly, for me anyway, flew by because I watched.
It feels like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I watched it in the cinema because I wanted to see it in the cinema, and then it came out on Netflix at the end of that same week, and I watched it again with my family and was not bored in the slightest.
Right? No, it's infinite. Yeah, it's rewatchable.
Yeah, and I think it helps because what do you cut from that 2.5 hours?
Exactly, that's the thing. It's not indulgent.
Yeah. I'm sure you could go through it. It's like, oh, maybe that character.
Sure. There
are some, like, in the list of suspects, there are some characters which feel like they serve more of a thematic purpose than having any real place in the plot.
And you need a certain amount of suspects, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, some will be weaker than others.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But broadly speaking, it feels like this is a script that has been well trimmed.
He said it was the hardest script he ever had to write, and I can see why.
I would believe him, because it's a script that, like you, as we kind of alluded to, it deals with religion. Religion is very much at the heart of it.
Yeah.
Religion from both sides as well. Think of that first meeting with Benoit Blanc and Josh O'Connor, where Blanc states from the off that he is not a religious person.
Yeah, he's a proud heathen. Is that what he says?
Something like that. Yeah. Is Benoit Blanc getting goofier as these films goes on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Because he's got he's quite floppy hair in this, isn't he? Yeah. But yeah, after being only slightly pressed, he is going off about how religion is kind of like, oh, it's all storytelling and it's evil and it's corrupt and it's whatever. The typical kind of like, oh, isn't the church just a rubbish, outdated, horrible thing in this modern world?
Well, the church is, but no, it's to condense it, I think it's what Sam Harris calls dangerous bullshit. I think would be Benoit Blanc's view of religion, yes.
To which Josh O'Connor, in his priestly ways, kind of rebuttals by going, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, the church is storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's storytelling that's used to express an idea that we can't express any other way.
We can't articulate.
It's good because it feels like the film is genuinely affording both perspectives they're doing.
To its credit, it tackles the theme of religion earnestly.
Yes.
And, this is not one of your put-down-the-church movies. It has its Benoit Blanc to be able to say what he has to say. But, I mean, if I was making a film, one of my bugbears is like, maybe because I kind of used to be one to an extent, and maybe still am a bit, like a snotty atheist, kind of, that's like, so I don't like things, it's like, oh, you should be more mature than that, grow up, for God's sake, it's, you get past that phase. But if I was going to do something about religion, I would find it hard not to have a character that shared my view of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to have that in there. But Benoit Blanc is sort of defeated in that argument, right? So no, it's definitely giving it its due. So anyway, whether it's better than the first, I think time will tell. Yeah. But it certainly gives it a good run for its money. This is the most substantive Benoit Blanc mystery, but it ultimately retains the feeling of entertainment at its finest.
Yes.
Right? This is the best that relatively, and I really do mean relatively, superficial stories get.
Okay.
As just like popcorn murder mystery stuff goes, this is the best it gets, right? I hope they just keep doing this every few years,
Yeah.
You mentioned before to me there was a moment in the cinematography that convinced you. Was it the sun peeking through the windows when Josh O'Connor is expounding?
During that conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Because all of the Knives Out films are handsome films.
Yeah.
But they're films that I wouldn't say that they particularly excel in their cinematography.
They're functional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it serves the script. It's not there to show off.
No, exactly, yeah. Whereas I feel like the cinematography was a step up here. In part because it feels like they're playing with lights quite a lot.
Yeah, also it's more production design, but Andrew Scott's house.
Oh, yes.
With a little moat around it. That looked great.
Yeah, it did look great. Yeah, it's a gorgeous looking film. I imagine there are CG enhancements here and there.
Yeah.
I couldn't point them out.
Right, the best kind of CG.
Without properly combing through it. Yeah. And it feels like they're playing with light for thematic purposes. Like when Benoit Blanc is talking about how evil the church is, the sun disappears behind the clouds, and the church falls dark. And then when Josh O'Connor says his bit, the sun kind of peeks out again.
It's a great insight because you just have this like alive set.
Yeah.
That you can use the clouds, because the massive windows, it's going to be constantly shifting.
Yes.
So you just employ that, to...
Yeah. Positive pathetic fallacy, which is something that, usually you think of...
Empathetic fallacy.
Empathetic, brilliant way of putting it. Because, you usually think of pathetic fallacy, it's like, it's storms, and there's some of that in there.
Yeah.
But also, that was the moment where I was like, I was comfortable in the film's company up until that point, but that's when I fully trusted it. Yeah,
it's a great moment. I think for me, the standout moment is Josh O'Connor realising, like, I've kind of stopped being a priest to focus on this nonsense. Like, I'm not a fucking detective. I should be helping people.
Yeah.
Like a really nice, sincere moment. That's probably my favourite. Where it like, even though this is, it's a murder mystery, that's the format, it's still how the characters are real enough and of the world that they're distinct from it. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, but I'm not in your film. I'm a priest.
Yeah.
And
what's lovely about that scene is it starts as like a Coen-esque farce.
Yeah.
Where you've got that woman that's just like in the office, like the Terrapin office at the what was it, like the heavy duty construction equipment.
Yeah.
And he's trying to talk to her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, well I worked here for 25 years." And
he's like, "Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Just tell me what I want to fucking know."
Yeah.
But nicely, because he's a priest.
Yeah.
And then like, there's just a moment where she goes, "Oh, Father, before you go, will you pray for me?"
Yeah.
And it just like shifts on a dime.
Yeah.
Where it's become like, it like halfway through this comedic scene. Yeah, that revelation.
She's talking about her mother being ill and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that revelation hits him, and by extension, I mean, it hit me as well. Because it was like, oh yeah, this is
go back to your calling and no, it's I think Josh O'Connor as well. He just irradiates a warmth.
Yeah,
like he's done it in other films as well. He comes across as a nice guy.
Yes,
I don't know what he's actually like, but do you know what I mean? He's
well, it's used to full effect.
It's perfect casting, yeah.
Like at the end of the film, when he's told by Benoit Blanc to do what he was born to do and be a priest. Yeah, I believe him.
Absolutely,
that character is born to be a priest.
Yeah, because he killed a guy, didn't he? As well. That's sort of they don't go into it that much.
No, that's kind of his little origin story. He used to be a boxer. He killed a guy in the ring, and he found religion as a result of that. And they kind of sprinkle that in now and again. But
also going back to Jake Kelly, great final shot.
Yes.
Of this, which we won't say, obviously.
No.
But so while this isn't a hardcore 50-minute extol all the virtues review, it is a glowing one.
Yeah.
For a film that, it's probably the best of the year, right? For me and for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it ends up not being the best of the year, it's going to be in my list.
A strong contender.
Yeah.
It's just a shame it hasn't figured more prominently into the award season. I felt like it was a safe bet that the screenplay would always get nominated.
Is it just the timing of it, do you think?
Maybe, and just, I don't know, it's like just the year, feel everything's beating it. But like, it's such a letdown. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I can accept Josh O'Connor not being on the film, but the screenplay, come on, that's such a safe. It's such, look, they can't be lazy, right? We all said, like, oh, it's obviously a lot of sound in this film, so we'll nominate.
Yes.
This is obviously a writery script. But they haven't. No.
It's one of those films.
I say that the Academy hasn't.
No, of course not. But I think it's one of those films where it could be represented in most categories because it's just competent on all levels.
Yeah.
But perhaps because it's, as you say, it's like the best in its field, but because it's a superficial story or superficial entertainment, maybe that's a bit low for the Academy.
But that's what's interesting is because it just has more fun with it. One Battle After Another is a very superficial film.
Yeah.
That's such a basic story, but it looks all arty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's just there's something to that.
More weight to it.
Yeah, it feels like it's got more weight to it than Wake Up Dead Man, despite the fact that, I couldn't really criticize. I mean, again, time will tell. Like, in the wake of Glass Onion, I feel like I have to preface it with, these films are coming out at the very end of the year, so we are reviewing them when we're the most excited about them.
Yeah.
But off the top of my head, I can't really think of any weak points.
No, me neither.
Like I said, I think the cinematography is the best of the series. I think the editing is the best of the series. It's a very well edited film. Yeah,
the direction, the script, probably. Yeah, it's just one of those the best like co-lead, because actually I don't know. Anna de Armas is very good, but no, O'Connor's probably better.
Yeah,
but the best, there's always like a co-lead, isn't there? But really, in this, really the lead. Benoit Blanc is more supporting than anything else.
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, so it's a recommendation.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And I think that's it.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. See you next time then.
Bye.
Bye.